Yo, what it do? Hey, we know you just saw that fresh new intro. Wasn't that shit sick? Well, we couldn't agree more, guys.
Right, we just collaborated with our boy Omar at Sun City Vibes to help create an intro that would take our podcast to the next level. Do you need help with your video editing and content creation to help elevate your business to the next level? Well, Sun City Vibes has you covered without a doubt.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Whether it's a logo reveal, a music video, drone footage, or even t-shirt printing, guys, hit up Sun City Vibes for quality work and affordable price. Shit, Omar even made us a sick-ass hat. Look at this.
It's a fresh-ass hat.
Fresh.
Shit's fresh.
Fresh.
So yeah, guys, go help support those that support us and hit up our boy Omar and tell him Chris and Misa sent you from the podcast and help support a local El Paso business today. Let's go.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Conversing with Ponchi and Puga. With me always is our amazing co-host, Steven Puga.
Yo, what it do?
I am your servant here, Ponchi Herrera, your main host. As you can see next to me, these guys are our guests today. Very special guests. Today we're going to flip the script. We are flipping the script.
Give him that yellow button. Give him that yellow button.
That's right. Oh, yeah, when you need help from your guest. We are flipping the script, conversing with Chris and Mika. Oilo?
Hey, I like it actually, Mika.
Yeah, let's do it. Conversing with Chris and Misa. Amazing podcast. I don't know, what episode are we on?
166.
166. We should have waited for 169. We have the best guest ever. The hosts of Conversing with Chris and Misa.
Let me get a fucking triple horn, Puga!
And a round of applause, please.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what we're doing today is a little different. Obviously, me and Puga
We're learning as we go, by the way.
Me and Puga are going to be taking over the show, and like I said, we have amazing hosts. We have an amazing engineer. He's off camera right here, off mic also. Ladies and gentlemen, Iggy Samaniego.
Iggy. Dude, Iggy looks like he just went hiking in the fucking Mount Everest or some shit. There
Looks
you go.
like a Honduran immigrant with
I'm telling you, he's the worst Patagonia ad I've ever seen, bro.
Okay, let me get
Just
one,
got back
let me
from
get one in
Nepal.
on him too. So he looks like somebody from the Home Alone movies.
Yeah.
One of the wet bandits. I'm not sure which one.
I didn't go that far.
No, but if you really look at him, he looks like a dry bandit.
Shout out to Iggy though, for real.
Yeah,
our boy
shout out
Iggy.
to
Thanks
Iggy,
for coming through again, brother.
That's a horn right there.
Hey,
Fuck
so
that.
here we have our guest, and can you introduce yourselves right here to my right?
So it's your boy Chris, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. You already know what the fuck we do. And to the right of me,
Hey, I'm your boy Misa or Master, whatever you want to call me.
I called you Mika.
What it do? Or Mika? Yeah, that's fine. Uncle Ponchi, you could say that, dude. It's okay with me.
Hey, man, I'm so happy that you guys gave us the opportunity to do this. We've been wanting to do this for a while.
Hey, thanks, dude. Chris was all like, yo, we got a pod today. Then we show up, and then you guys show up, and then you're like, hey, man, Misa, get the fuck off my seat. Chris,
I'm
do
in
you have a
control.
pen and
Hey,
paper? I
look
can write
at me.
shit down?
So the conversing with is not through each other. Y'all don't converse because apparently you didn't know about
dude,
this.
I didn't know shit.
All right.
Yeah.
I gotta hold some things back. You know,
Yeah.
I can't always be fucking
Surprise.
truth. I can't always be truthful in every sense, but yeah, dude, fucking, I like that you guys are doing this. It's really cool. It's a good idea that I think Ponchi came up with the idea, and yeah, I was down, and I'm glad we're fucking finally getting it done.
We're gonna get a little chance to. I mean, because you have a lot of listeners, and I know like a lot of people that after I've been on it a couple of times from Laredo, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, that actually listen to it because they're like, hey, man, they're funny, entertaining. You have a lot of really good guests, and all these people
guests.
all of a sudden they started subscribing. And they're like, hey, man, your boy's crazy for this or that. I'm like, what do you tell? Oh, they listen to it more than I do. Chinga.
Hey.
No. But being honest with you, dude, so happy to be here. And the way we start all our podcasts was a celebratory
Beer? Hey.
beer. Hurry up.
Right here.
Cheers.
Cheers to everyone, guys. Thank you all for rocking with us.
And it sounds like
This.
Beautiful symphony of beer opening there. God damn.
I love it when it spits in my face,
no. That's a frozen
Yeah.
Heineken. God bless. There she goes.
Damn.
Chug it, Ponchi. It's going to keep going. Now
Hey,
it's not going to
Look
stop,
at that,
honestly.
Ponchi.
Hey,
I'm
Dude,
a
it
little
looks like
disappointed in
Ponchi
myself.
does this at least 4 to 5 times a day.
bro,
3 times.
that's funny because I think you guys, where was this beer that it's so fucking cold?
Oh, it was in my
Because we
refrigerator for
tried to
2
do
weeks.
this podcast a week ago, but apparently somebody couldn't be here. Anyway, And my co-host here bought me the beer
True.
and left it in the freezer. Which, I mean, seriously, props all the way around. Props all the way around, dude.
Not bad.
So, hey, we're going to start off with a couple of questions because we want to get to know you guys a little better.
Nice.
Hey, so who came up with the idea of a podcast?
I would say I was the one that officially started the pod. At the time that I started the pod, like I've known Misa, but we weren't even like talking at that point. But it's not because like we weren't friends. It's just we hadn't seen each other in fucking.
We weren't really
so
ever
long.
friends, to be honest. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
just like
true.
acquaintances. Like we met in middle school, and the only time we ever really like hung out was when we played basketball and like in recess and shit like that. But other than that, like after middle school, we fucking went our own ways. He went to a different high school, and I went to another one.
So now, that being said, you have this idea for a podcast, and you're like, okay, this is what I want to do. How did Misa become that's the guy I need to do it with? Did you think of doing it by yourself?
Yeah, so I did like 13 episodes by myself, 12 episodes by myself, and they were all like probably like an hour long. Some of them had some of my other friends on, like shout out my boy Isaac, shout out my boy Rick, shout out my boy Ryan, shout out my boy Sam. They were all on like the very first episodes, and we used to honestly like break down fucking like football games. Like the podcast was totally different from what it was now. We used to do like a lot of politics and shit. We tried the spicy chicken sandwich from fucking Popeyes on there. It was like the fucking.
Oh, you got in line for that?
Yeah, dude, we did. But yeah, so like I started the podcast by myself. Literally, like the first episodes are just me, and then some
Dude, on his
homies.
phone.
Yeah, I was recording
Really?
on like the fucking iPhone phone, the headphones that come with your iPhone when you buy
I've
them.
seen that. I've seen the commercials.
Yeah. Well, okay, they don't do the headphones with the iPhone anymore, you fucking bastards. That's another fucking pod for another day. But so that's what it was. My first mic was my fucking headphones that were like plugged into my phone, and I would record straight to Anchor. And then, after a while, I just started like thinking of like bringing other people on. So I started interviewing my friends, and then eventually I got to this fucker. He hit me up. I think you saw that I was posting.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I saw that he had posted he has just finished an interview with Joe, our producer.
Yeah.
And me and Joe are friends. We kept in contact throughout the years, and so I saw it on his Facebook, and I was all like, and I hadn't seen a post from this guy in a while, so I was like, that guy changed. But fucking nah, and then I just put a comment. I put a comment on there like, hey man, if you want somebody funny on your pod, let me know. And
You knew me that.
so he sent me a message like, hey man, let's do it. And a couple of days later, I showed up to his crib, and I'm thinking like, cause I talked to Joe, right? And fucking Joe like hyped me up, like, bro, it's sick, dude. You show up and there's beer, and he's got his mic and shit and everything. I'm thinking this guy's got a studio and everything, dude. So
How long ago was this?
this was 3 years ago, over 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
So I fucking show up, dude, and this dude just fucking opens his garage, and there's like a beer pong table with one mic in the middle and a fucking computer, and that's it.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah, dude. So I was like, what the fuck shit is this? But whatever. I'd never really even
what
thought
was
about
that,
it.
What was that podcast? I mean, what did he interview you? What was
okay,
like? What do you remember?
So hold on, before we do that, I felt bad because I left Joe out. I mentioned all my other friends except for Joe, and he's the
At
only
least
one
I
that's
brought him
still
up.
on the pod. Still,
He's
You know what I
he's
mean?
our producer.
He's our producer. I completely forgot about him.
It's because he's crusty as fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
shout out to Joe, by the way, and shout out to Joe and his love for Baby Bombas. But this was Puga, to give you a time frame. First episode was September 28th, 2019. That was the first one by myself. The episode with Misa was episode 13, February 21st, 2020. So I went about 4 months by myself, but I'd put out an episode like every fucking 14 days or some shit.
So what was it about Misa that like? Okay, boom! I need this guy to be my
Well,
co-host.
dude, okay, so hold on, because like let's backtrack. So I always knew Misa to be a funny guy, like, and he was good friends with Blue. You all know Blue. Blue's my cousin. He's my first cousin, and so fucking I always knew.
Shout out to Blue.
Shout out to fucking Blue. I always knew that fucking Misa had like a personality, and so I was like, well, let's see how the interview goes, because I wasn't like actively looking for like a co-host at the moment, because I didn't even know if I was gonna do the pod seriously enough to need a co-host. So we do the episode. I think we did like an hour and a half. Like it was a pretty long episode. It was longer than I normally did. And there's just some good fucking stories in there.
Yeah, dude.
And then I think I released it, and then Misa and me were like texting. Like we actually started talking to each other like friends and shit.
Yeah.
And so after that, we just talked about it, and I kind of just pitched him the idea.
Yeah, he sent me a message. I remember he sent me a message after he had released it, and I had listened to it and stuff, and I thought it was really good. And he's all like, "Yo, bro, this fucking episode is getting a lot more views than all of my other episodes combined and shit." So I was like, "Dude, we got something special." And he's like, "Let's do it together." So yeah, dude, we fucking. I was like, "All right, man."
So Chris, I gotta ask real quick. Us comedians, we have our inspirations to start comedy or to start stand up. Who in the podcast world or in the radio world that you listen to that were like influential to you?
So like now I'm not so big of a fan of the guy, but Colin Cowherd at the time was huge. He had the Herd show on ESPN,
Right.
and it was right after the time slot of Mike and Mike. And I was so done with Mike and Mike as a morning show. Like it was just so
Same.
PC, so trash. And I love sports, And for me to think that a sports podcast is bad, it's like it's really got to be like not hidden. So start listening to Colin Cowherd, and then right after them was SVP and Rosillo, which was another set of fucking guys that are no longer with ESPN. Rosillo or SVP he does the Sports Center at night. But those two guys, and then the Dan Lebitard show were like my biggest influence in podcasts, because
Dude,
I would just listen to the ESPN app all fucking day.
Nice.
I got to be honest, Dan Lebitard, yuck, but
Bro.
okay,
No.
but they
wow,
had
dude,
they had
fighting
their
words.
they had their huge following.
Right.
And it's weird because like right now, exactly you said fighting words, dude. I personally didn't connect, but when I see that you guys like you're saying this, I'm like, yeah, they had a really strong base,
dude.
dude. And
ESPN,
when he
dude.
left. I mean, it's like, okay, people wanted to follow. Where you at? What are you doing?
Where are you going, dude? Because the thing with the Dan Lebitard show is it's a show about sports that's not about sports.
Yes.
And they talk about sports in a very different way. They're not breaking down like the offense and defense like in this game, in this matchup. They do a little bit of that, but like if you want that, Stephen A is doing that. Everybody else is already doing that shit. It gets old. So when I heard the way these guys were doing sports radio, I even showed it to Misa eventually, and he was kind of like, "Whoa, that's pretty crazy."
Yeah, I jumped into
But
that.
those guys, the inspiration I got was they started as a local Miami radio show, just Miami. And then they fucking got so big in Miami, they eventually went national. And then they got picked up by ESPN. They're not with them anymore, like you said.
Yeah.
But it was just like cultivating that following, like to see them do it, it's like it gives you hope.
So how did it evolve once you had Misa on board? It was like, okay, dude, it's us. What did you have ideas like, hey, let's do politics, sports, everything? When did you decide, hey, we need guests, or how did it evolve? What was the first like? Okay, it's just gonna be us two from now on, or is it gonna be sports and somebody? Or when did it turn into the incarnation it is now?
I think we've always had the idea of like having a guest on the pod. Like once I showed up, I think like episode 14, we tried it out with a friend, JP. He showed up and we did that together, but it was kind of hard just having one mic, But we've always kind of thought like, you know what, like it'd be cool, like us both, like being the interviewers. I think that'd be cool. And every once in a while, maybe do like a live, just us two, or something like that. But yeah, and, I think maybe like after like 2 weeks of just doing that, 2-3 weeks of like, it was almost every day when we first started like getting together and getting equipment.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
How many shows did you all go before you all said, hey, I think we need to invest in this? Different mics or, like what we have here. I mean, honestly, when you said that about a beer pong table, I mean, look at the different mics that we have here, the headsets, the computer, the camera, the big screen.
State of the art shit right
It
here.
really is. And I've been on different
was?
podcasts, and this is a studio. This is a studio.
We actually, what me and Chris, why I think we're successful, or what we've done, is the fact that we have that drive. We both like really want this so bad, right? So we dedicate our time and stuff to come and do all this. So right off the bat, it wasn't like we knew right away too, like, hey, eventually we're gonna need some new mics, eventually. So it was probably like 2-3 weeks into it or less than that. Like maybe the second week that we started doing it together, we invested on those mics, and that was a big boost for us after that. But
I was looking. I thought we had put out like an episode like that. We got a new mic or something, but I don't think so. But I remember me and Misa. I think
I found all.
He found the Rodecaster, right? And the Rodecaster, dude, that's like $1,000 bundle, dude. So, and we're fucking. I swear to God, dude, it really was.
Yeah.
And so,
How much did you pay for that?
so
$1,000.
Are you serious?
So what we did is like,
Dude, you can just hire me. I'll just be in the.
well, that voice is actually Misa.
That's my voice.
I know. I've heard you at my comedy shows.
Bro, so I remember one day we go to Guitar Center and we're looking for that shit, right? But all they had was like a bundle, and the bundle had like 2 headsets, 2 mics, and then the fucking soundboard. And then me and Misa are literally looking at each other like, all right, well, you down to go half? Because like this is like,
Yeah,
you know
I mean, it's an investment.
Right.
Yeah.
At this point, it's like, hey, dude, are we in?
Yeah, and then I know like my fucking my wife or my girlfriend at the time, now my wife Lena, shout out to her. I know she was kind of like not like hesitant, but she was like, all right, well, if you're gonna fucking blow that much money, like you better fucking make it worth it, or at least
My wife
make
was
an
the
effort.
same.
You know what I mean?
My wife was more like, because I was willing to buy to buy it all myself. You know, I told her like,
true.
hey, how about like I just go get it myself, and then that's me, contributing to the pod. And then she's like, that's way too much money. I'll let you do half if he's down to do half. So I was like, I don't know how much Chris is into it, but I asked him, and he's like, let's fucking do it.
Okay, so at that point, you are not who you are now. So obviously, you're making an investment, and you're like, okay, this is where we're at. Did that? I mean, okay, guys, we're married. I just put $500 in. No, being honest, we're married. I just put $500 into this.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, we need to make an effort. We need to make it weekly. We need to, whatever it is.
No.
Was that the push?
Fuck yeah.
The investment.
Yeah, the thing, not just that, but like from the beginning when we said like, yeah, it's a hobby, right? But like you said, like we both are in a relationship. I have kids. I have a full-time job. He has school and a full-time job. So if we were gonna be serious about it, like we had to just not do it for fucks and fun, and then fucking
Wait. We're still doing it for fucks and fun.
Yeah. But I mean, that's all that you're gonna think about. Like you have to be serious about all the prepping and everything. And because it wasn't gonna fly with my wife if I was just gonna do it for a month or so, waste all this money.
Oh yeah,
Right.
And then that's it. So
Definitely.
yeah, me and Chris were like, hey,
I mean, I would see
from
this
now
on Offer Up if you had just fucking done that.
dude, yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
So
What were your expectations? Once you started, like, okay, cool. How big can we make this? Did you ever think it was gonna be where it's at, or what was your expectations? Honestly,
Shit, for me, it was like just my thing was like, I think we just need to get good at doing the show. You know what I mean? And that means just like developing a good rhythm, developing good chemistry.
well, I gotta be honest with you. I mean, this is the first time I ever do it, and I think I'm doing.
It's like it's easy. You know what I mean?
It's fun. No,
Yeah, but at the same time,
No. You
fucking-
guys are amazing at this. And
Right,
to be
right.
honest with you, everything that I'm doing is because he prepped me.
Right.
Honestly.
And honestly, like it's different. You're an entertainer. You're a comedian. It's in you to fucking talk to people.
yeah.
You know
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Same with Puga. You guys
I see
can
what you're
effortlessly come on here and talk. Now, to host the show, to know when to transition, to know how to fucking get certain questions and answers.
To
out
not
of
jump
people.
in at times,
Right.
it's kind of like if you guys were to do a comedy show together.
No, you're steering, and it's funny because I know, like when I've been and you're all see, because I've been here twice. I've seen the Pugas, I've seen Iggy's, I've seen a lot of the different the pods. When you guys are here, it's so weird how like it flows. And everyone thinks it's seamless. No, there's work being done.
Oh, yeah.
I know that I'm gonna ask this, and this. If I ask this later, it doesn't make any sense anymore.
Right.
Because I know that you are. I mean, you're steering the
timing.
ship. Yeah, you're steering the ship.
And so I figure, like, for me and Misa, I thought it was like, let's get good at that first. Like, nobody wants to turn on a podcast where everyone's talking all over each other. People are going down all these wormholes. There's no structure. Like, it's not to say that it's scripted, but there's a means behind it. There's what we're trying to get
like
at.
a little bit of an outline.
Right. And so to me, I thought it was like, let's perfect that. And then let's after that, then we'll let other people decide if they like the podcast.
We
or not.
started a lot with like lives too, and then of course with just like close friends, just having them in. But once we felt that like our chemistry was good enough and like we had this, good, we had a white clipboard. I don't know if we still have it, but we started writing down like big names, like, okay, who would we want to see in our pod? You know, like Johnny Cage or Buzz Adams.
It's funny because I have this. I actually have this written down here. I have this written down here, but I'm gonna let.
So it's funny you bring that up. Who's the most fun guest you've ever had? Somebody that you couldn't believe that you pulled. You like maybe shot a DM or an email.
Well, we gotta say. Well, I mean, in the beginning, you know, like I think it was 2020 when we had this.
I don't even know him. Oh,
the year 2020, we had this whole saying, me and Chris, like 2020, shoot your shot, right? Shoot your shot 2020. So we started just messaging people, you know, Johnny Cage and shit like that. And surprisingly,
great pod. I saw that. I heard that one. Yeah. Amazing.
Once we came in here, when we first moved into this studio, it was way different than this. We had 3 different types of desks. They were all different sizes, you know, like this guy could only sit like in a certain spot because there's drawers next to him and stuff. It was so uncomfortable. But Johnny Cage ended up showing up. So when we got Johnny Cage, and that for me, I was like, yo, dude, we have fucking Johnny Cage on our fucking pod. You know, it was fucking
Chuck DeBroder.
It was fucking. We had not even been doing it for a year together. And we had him in already.
Well, another thing too that was challenging at the beginning is we started like peak COVID, bro. So like, not only could we not even get together, sometimes we were doing all this shit through Zoom, dude. And Zoom pods are the most like hard pods to pull off because you never know when someone's done talking. There's a delay, so it's just a bitch, dude. So I think that helped us like figure out how to like position ourselves in conversation to give each other space. And then when we started doing it in person all the time, it was a little easier. It just started clicking, you know. And then like Misa said, we started getting other guests like. We would shoot our shot and fucking next thing you know, like
I gotta say, one of my favorite
Johnny Cage is
No, we're gonna go. I want to know exactly what he asked. Who was the most fun?
Fun, man.
That's so hard.
That's hard.
Yeah, dude.
It had to be, honestly, not just because you guys are here, but it had to be one of the like a comedian. Because every time a comedian comes into our studio, it's fucking. It's not just that, but like it's just the laughs and what people don't understand now that we've been friends for a while is like this is how it is 24/7 with you guys. You know,
you would think. You would think.
It's just the fact that we have you guys like on the fucking mic this time. You know, from Nico to all 3 of you guys in here. Who else have we had in here? They're fucking
everyone. Dude, Julian Otis, Anthony Austin Brown. I mean, Nico came on here and diagnosed Joe with diabetes right off the bat. Like, that was like that was so cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Blue told Anthony Austin that he had fucking ashy elbows, dude. He called him ashy.
I remember that.
But I mean, like some of the people that like Ivan Melendez, right? Like, dude, we didn't know how cool Ivan Melendez was gonna be at the very beginning.
That was an amazing one.
Like,
dude.
that guy he was so chill. Like,
dude,
you know what
and
I mean?
some real stories,
right?
Dude.
And then the same like could be.
I don't ever want to get arrested.
The same could be said for like Austin Trout, dude. Like, dude,
yes,
Austin Trout has been like on the biggest stages of boxing. And he comes and sits in this little studio with us and chops it up. And he's like, yeah, dude, I'll do like 2 hours with you guys.
There's a video out there where Canelo, who he fought, Canelo's giving out like his 5 like hardest hitting opponents. And Austin Trout was in that list.
Oh, hell yeah. And you had him in here.
And we had him in here, bro.
That's awesome.
Not just that, we hung out after. He told us a story about, you know, hanging out with Mike Tyson and shit like that. So it's fucking...
Dude,
it's mind blowing sometimes when you sit back and think like where we're at, you know.
And the thing is that you've opened a lot of doors because I know for a fact we were talking earlier. There's so many different things that you guys are set up for coming up, and it's not just El Paso. I mean, dude, obviously he's from Albuquerque, and you had him in here. It's regional, maybe, but if you take a chance and I like, shoot your shot, if somebody's local in town, a comedian, an actor, whoever, I know you guys. You have enough clout right now that you can pull them.
I think it's kind of like in levels, you know. When we started, it was kind of by ourselves, and then it started with just close friends, and then notable people from town, and then next thing you know, we're kind of aiming for obviously people that are outside. So, you know, we want to like, you know, whenever an artist comes to record here, you know, let's say Snoop Dogg does a concert here, and you know, while he's in here, he's gonna pass by a CWCM to record an episode.
Who's your dream guest?
Oh man, it had to be somebody like I don't want to interview Donald Trump for sure. Just feel like it'd be so much content with that guy.
That would be huge
content.
It'd be a huge podcast.
Jim
so
Carrey.
many people.
It's gonna be amazing.
I'm so sorry. I tried to do one, and he did it way better.
Yeah.
Apparently, I've never tried to do Trump.
hanging out with Chris and Misa.
And I you know what, Puga, and you're a bitch for asking me that question, dude, because it's hard.
Oh.
It's hard because we get a lot of really good guests, and it's times where like, maybe that guest wasn't like fun, like
Well, dude, that's actually one of my next questions, and I don't want you to call anybody out, but have you had any duds?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you were, and I don't want you to call anybody out, but were you expecting like, oh, this guy, I can't believe we have him, and then all of a sudden it's like, dude, you're
Look,
pulling teeth.
I'll tell you who it is.
And don't say Otis.
No, I'll tell you guys who it is.
I love Otis.
It was Nico, wasn't it?
Okay.
It was.
I had heard about this guy for a while. He's been around the scene for a long time. So when we finally got him in, and this was a while back when we finally got him in, he was totally, completely a person that I didn't expect. I thought he was.
See, and actually, one of my next questions is actually preconceptions. Is there anybody that you interviewed that you had all these preconceptions, and then all of a sudden, at the end of the interview, like, man, I had it all wrong?
Yeah, dude.
Positive or negative? That guy's negative.
Actually, that guy was the only negative one.
Okay,
the other
give me a positive one. What preconceptions did you have on this one person, and then all of a sudden he shows up, and you're like, dude, amazing.
Yeah. One for sure that pops up for me is Daniel. What's his name? That he spent time.
Daniel Villegas.
Villegas, who did time in prison. 20 years.
Dude, and I love that you all opened up your pod for that guy. He wanted to talk about it, and
I didn't know what to expect. I mean, if you think about like somebody that was convicted of murder and sentenced to life, right, and then next thing you know, he gets out and he's free, and I'm thinking to myself like, I didn't know what to expect. I was thinking like, this guy's gonna be a serious dude, or we're gonna need to watch like how we talk to him, and stuff like that. You
guys did an amazing. If anybody ever, do you know what? I know you looked it up. Do you know what number it is? What pod number it is?
166.
No.
For
his is.
If you get a chance, you need to go check this out
real fast.
Good job, Iggy.
But yeah, one of the things about him, dude, is that like I had been in contact with the people that were trying to set me up with like an interview for him, and we had tried to been in contact before, but he was busy. Like the guy wasn't even living in El Paso for a while. He was living in fucking Florida. It's episode 143, by the way. Yeah, fucking Ponchi. Dude, these beers are attacking Ponchi today. But yeah, fucking like it was crazy. This guy chilled with us. He smoked with us. He fucking drank beers with us.
Dude, honestly, if I would have met him on the street,
so crazy, dude.
If I would have met him on the street and he would have not mentioned like that he was in prison for 20 years and he was serving a life sentence, I would have never been able to tell. Like, for him to survive that and then still be like mentally sane and be the person that he is, dude, that's when I was like completely opposite of what I thought.
But it's funny too, because you say like you wouldn't be able to tell, but at the moment he starts telling these prison stories, you're like, all right, this guy's seen some.
Knock him out and fuck him. That's all I remember.
Oh, dude, that was the best line ever. I remember when I heard it, I text both of you all.
Terrifying.
Knock him out and fuck him.
The most terrifying words you could ever hear, especially being in a prison. But going back to one of the questions Puga asked, my like ultimate guess would be like, I would say like Steph Curry, somebody that like I really like. Maybe Christian Pulisic, you know what I mean? Somebody in the sports world
Elon
that
Musk,
I really look,
for me,
really look up to. But I mean, it's not about like, getting them. It's just about growing and just like keep pushing, because we're proud of almost all the guests we have.
Yeah.
Is there anybody locally that you haven't had that you would want?
Oh yeah, dude. For sure, Buzz Adams. For sure.
I think Nico can do that.
Yeah.
Aaron?
Well, I mean, we've had pretty much almost everybody from the Buzz Adams morning show
except Buzz.
Except Buzz. Megan's new to the pod.
Well, what you got to do is take him to go play golf.
You know what's so funny, dude? I was at work. I work at Sunland Park Mom.
Hey, wait, tell him the fuck out. That's where we met.
What?
At Buzz's house.
Yeah, that's right.
That's where we met.
The 420 party.
I'm sorry, just boom.
420 party. Yeah,
420 party.
That's where I met Puga.
That's where I met you, Ponchi.
Yeah, we all met each other.
We all met there? What the fuck?
Yeah,
we were all
synergy. No, I wasn't.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
I was.
so you were saying.
So, what was I saying?
That Megan's new to the show.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we've had all them. So Buzz Adams, for sure. Aaron Jones. I want to get Crystal Poppin in here. Hopefully that one's coming
Dude,
soon.
you're gonna get to meet her hopefully soon on that one event that you're talking about. Dude, I'm from Laredo, Texas, and I mean obviously it's a younger genre of music,
Right.
but that in Laredo is huge.
Yeah.
She's a.
Yeah, that's her, dude.
Dude, she went to San Antonio. She headlined a show.
You can share that.
No, dude, she right now is a beast, bro.
Right.
Yeah, she's doing really, really well. She's gonna perform at this event that me and Chris got invited to go to. So hopefully we're gonna shoot our shot and hopefully we get her in here.
Hey guys, a real quick question: is there anything out of the podcast, like I just asked you, as far as who I mean, like misconceptions? Is there any life lessons that at the end of it are like, dude, I'm so glad I heard that, or like it's actually changed how I feel about things? No, not knock them out and fuck them, but no. I mean, just like
Don't go to prison. Yeah.
Don't go to prison.
Yeah.
No, give me a life lesson. I'm gonna give both of you a chance to answer this one.
Honestly, it's I think like most people that we have in here for me show me is if you dedicate and give your time to whatever you're trying to do, you're gonna fucking make it, right? And so for me, like having like I said, Johnny Cage or even having like DJs in here, all these people that we've had in here always have a passion for what they do, from Estela Casas to Chuck T. Broder. These people love what they do, and that fucking taught me something. Like, you know what, man? Like, keep this shit up, like, because sometimes you get discouraged.
I fucking love that
like,
you're saying this.
Yeah, so it's for me. That's what I always take out the most out of all the episodes that we've had. It's just like all the people that we've had have always gone through some shit, right? But they always make it at the end. And
if I could just, before you give your answer, I remember the first time I came in here at the very end. I mean, obviously, kind of in a drunken stupor, but I remember saying, be a good person, work hard, good things are going to happen. Yeah. And I kept saying that, and I don't think I've ever uttered those words, but something about being in here, being with you guys made me say that. Dude, that's my mantra. Yeah. Dude, at work, at comedy, anything, dude, in friendships, just be a good
I always
person.
like to say in Spanish, it's in Spanish, but I always like to say sin miedo al éxito, güey.
Así mero.
Sin miedo al éxito. You know?
Except for
don't be afraid to succeed.
Except for la selección.
Sí, eso sí, esa la madre, no.
Hey, Chris. Life lessons.
Dude, Cheeto and Toco. I don't know if anybody knows who he is. Former El Paso Locomotive midfielder. Belgian. He's from Belgium, bro.
Cheeto Antocho.
And in Toco way.
And Toco.
So this guy, his story is crazy, dude. This guy was abandoned by his dad. Or not abandoned, but they left him in an airport in Belgium. He was like human trafficked from the Congo to Belgium to like be with his family and have like a better life.
At
like
6 or 7 years old.
6 or 7 years old, bro. Being dropped off at a fucking
dude, I heard
foreign
that
airport,
podcast
dude.
because I'm a huge Locomotive fan, and we even had a chant for him. Yeah,
dude, fucking
and Toco,
that guy was like an inspiration, dude, because he came. Remember, he was hurt at the time,
bro. He came in like
he came in on crutches.
I think he has just had surgery, dude.
Yeah,
he was
had,
a
like,
fan
ACL
favorite, dude.
Fucking surgery. So he comes, he puts his leg up on a chair, and he just fucking talks life with us. But that guy's so inspiring because, like, if you can come from that. Like being left in a fucking airport in Belgium on purpose.
I remember his
dude,
his story, and he's telling him that his dad was like something like, "You're gonna go with this man, okay?" And for a little bit, and so he fucking took him, and this man goes and leaves him in the airport, and just leaves him. He has no idea what happens, and so he was in this camp for like 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah.
As a 7-year-old, I have a 6-year-old right now. I could just
can't even imagine
how how you would be, like how my kid would be, like in a fucking camp, not knowing. If your parents are gonna ever come back, and 2 fucking weeks, dude. And then this guy next thing you know, this
so
guy's a fucking
crazy,
badass soccer player, dude, and making it. Yeah.
Hey, I got 2 more before we take a break, dude. What guest other than the comics, I mean, that you stayed friends with, like that you know what, they were your interviewees, you were your guests, and all of a sudden it's like, you know what, I sparked a friendship. Maybe not even a friendship, maybe just I keep in contact with them. Like, hey, let's just say that you run into a little bit of money and you want Johnny Cage to DJ. Who have you kept with? Because I know the comics, we all hang out. I'm talking about other than the comics.
Shit, I mean, one person I kind of, not all the time hit up, but is Austin Trout, honestly. This guy's he's getting into boxing again. He's gonna even do some bare knuckle fighting, dude, which I think is absolutely insane. But I think Misa said it after his interview. We just chilled and vibed, bro, for like an hour and a half. And after that, like anytime I hit him up on Messenger, dude, he just right away shoots me back. Like, and it's cool because he's just like such a supportive guy. He's like, dude, anytime I come through El Paso, I'm checking in like with y'all. Like that guy's fucking legit. He doesn't have to. He's busy, bro. He's got so many other people to talk to. But the fact that he just answers and is like, we'll have like just regular conversation that's fucking like dope as fuck.
Yeah. Well, now that I'm remembering real quick, fucking Joe kept playing and replaying fucking Trout getting rocked by Canelo just over and over and over.
And I'm sitting here right next to him like, yo, please stop.
So I got to ask you guys, in comedy, I've talked about it with Ponchi. I've talked about it with Iggy. In the comedy world, there's levels to what we do. You know what I mean? There's, levels, and there's no really wrong way to go about it. Just, there's levels to it. It's going up in the ranks, I would say. That's the easy way to say it. How do you feel with your podcast? Like, where do you see the podcast going?
Compared, kind of comparing it to that?
Maybe let's say 5 years from now, 10 years from now, where do we see this podcast going? Where do you guys see it going?
Oh man, for sure. By then, hopefully, I want to be doing this pod for a living. Because once we're able to be doing this for a living, man, it would be a different level for us to be doing this every single day as our job. It's gonna be a lot different because right now, like I said earlier, right now we both have full-time jobs. I got kids. We both are married. He's got school.
From your mouth to God's ears, man.
Yeah. So I don't know. For me, in my opinion, I think in 5 years from now, hopefully you'll be able to hear us on the radio, man. Maybe a morning show like that, or maybe we could be something to
parlay this talent in what you're doing, because obviously you're good at what this is. I mean, you do have a lot of listeners. I could see that progression. I mean, and obviously making this money, you're getting the sponsorships. You already have sponsors. Can you get more sponsors? Yes, obviously.
Right.
But it's just about growing it. And that's the thing. Everybody that's listening to this, and I mean, if you really like these guys, don't just subscribe. Subscribe, like on all the different platforms and help these guys out, man.
Share it, man. Share it with your homies. Share it with your mama.
Talk to me. Chris.
Hold on. We got to address something that Puga did. Puga aggressively cracked open a beer and was like, motherfucker, that's 3. And it's funny because
he's bragging about 3.
It comes back to there's levels to this shit, right? Yeah. And he popped open a Shiner Bock. Normally I'm fucking drinking Bud Light Talls, and so that's another level,
Yeah.
But
y'all know I love my dark beer, right?
Yeah, of course. You came and fucking slapped us in the face with German beer last time. But dude, when you guys say there's levels, there really is, because there's podcasts out there that they put out an episode and they get 15 views in 3 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, and I feel like you guys understand now what that means.
Right? Yeah, we were there. Like we had that podcast.
We still do, but we'd get excited. Like we'd see 30 fucking views a place.
And it's weird because I was just talking to Iggy on the way over here. It's like back in 2021, I did my first road gig, and one of the headliners told me, who was Dave Chappelle's opener, was like, we're in the green room, we're hanging out, and I told him, this is my first road gig, and he was like, bro, that's all good, but you gotta remember there's levels to this shit, bro. Right. There's levels. And I didn't understand really what he meant until maybe like 2 years now. It's like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. And I feel like you guys are like feeling the same way.
Yeah, dude. And like we don't ever talk about our stats that much. We don't like to brag about how many we brag about our subs because we're trying to get our subs.
Speaking of bragging, there's Iggy putting himself on the screen.
Iggy puts himself on the screen for no reason here. But so there's levels to this shit.
Let me get on your level instead, Iggy.
So one of the things that you'll see is through our progression is that now when we drop episodes, we hit at least 100 views at least every single episode. But across the 3 years, we've amassed something like 35,000 plays across all platforms, which to me is fucking ridiculous, crazy, bro. Dude.
That's ridiculous.
That is a fucking you'll never hear us talk about last episode got this many plays. But I mean, we do watch that shit.
I mean, we do honestly. We keep an eye on it, and yeah, we get excited when we see somebody. You know, when we have a couple that hit 1,000, and that's kind of like a milestone that you want to see.
Oh
right?
yeah, the times I've been on. Yeah,
but honestly, like we just concentrate on just making the best content that we can,
dude. And
right?
you guys are doing an amazing job, man.
You know, let me tell you, my two favorite episodes are with John Teicher and Steven Kapowitz.
Hey.
Steve is my friend. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah,
Teish, he's a legend.
But to hear John Teicher's story, because this is a guy that I listened to as a kid,
right?
UTEP basketball game, football game, and to guys, you have him in the studio.
See, that's one of the reasons why we do shit like that. Why we get like people like John Teicher on here, because like people like this guy who has seen him from little could connect to him and be like, wait, what? John, I haven't heard.
Well, not only that, dude, but like, who else has interviewed John Teicher? Like, where does he go sit down for a long form interview? Like, I don't think he's ever done that. Like in this new media, you know what I mean?
And that's another thing. Like, I mean, you think about what it is that you guys do. I mean, to be honest with you, anytime I even put it on when I've been on this show, when I promote my pod, I'm like, hey, dude, you got to be on this, dude. It's amazing. These guys promote the fuck out of El Paso.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to make you original, but you do. You are regional. You're trying to fucking show what's badass. And I'm going to get to a couple of things before we go out on a break. But I'm going to tell you right now, you guys are putting out and showing other El Pasoans, and letting them know how, dude, seriously, a lot of the guys that I heard are like, wow, man, how proud people are about El Paso.
Yeah.
And I'm not from here, and I love this place.
Bro, El Paso, even the people, the notable people that, you know, are well known and or whatever, all of them could tell you the same thing, that like 915. The El Pasoans are proud of their fucking city.
What does Aaron Jones do?
Yeah, dude, every
touchdown.
Fucking throws it up.
Yeah,
dude. Fucking when Ivan Melendez introduced himself, he's like, UT Longhorn player from EPT, like, what's good? Like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all he had to say.
Yeah.
That's all he had to say, dude. It was sick because it shows that people take pride in where they're from, obviously.
What I want to, like, for sure, like, make clear is, like, for sure there's other couple of podcasts out there that, like, because, like, we don't just focus on, like, sports, right? We don't just focus on, like, we've had a governor in here. We've
mayor. Mayor.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. We've had a mayor in here. From comedians to artists and DJs and
NFL football players,
UFC fighters. So we love, like, just spread it, like, anybody and anything from, you know, if you have a great story behind you, bring it in here. But what I wanted to be different is the fact that it's in a laid back kind of thing, you know, right?
Oh, and
when we had a mayor in here, it's like, we don't want to be PC about shit. Like, you know, have some respect, but also, like, let's act like we're best friends or something.
We're conversing.
We're fucking conversing with
Chris. Hey, speaking of, man, yeah, give him a big old clap right there. Yeah. Conversing with Chris and Mika. Hey, man, Mika. Chinga Misa, güey.
Second time. Mika or Mija?
Second
time. Mika. Hey, man, I'm going to tell you right now, dude. It's been amazing first half. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to get the sponsors out there. Hey, guys, not only is the sponsors are helping out the program, help them out also. I mean, any little thing that they're selling out or anything, check them out, because these guys wouldn't promote something that they don't believe in. I know for a fact, like the Next Gen Sports, dude, they've helped me out with some soccer jerseys and stuff.
Shout out to Chewy.
Oh, I said me Chewy. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to go on a break. Hey, when we come back, we got a couple of fun games going on, and we got great questions for these guys that have nothing to do with the pod. Has more to do with them. So thank you one more little time to all the different guys. Thank you.
Try to replace me, but bitch, I'm one of a kind. You know I be racing up on the highway 95. Look, I don't give a fuck why these niggas hating on me. Oh wait, because I got your bitch tripping on me. She said my love promethazine got her leaning on me. Spanish mommy with that accent, bet she call me Poppy. Okay.
Yo, what it do? It's your boy Misa from the pod. Yo, I know y'all have noticed how good me and Chris look rocking this merch, huh? Well, this is all thanks to our sponsor, Next Gen Sports. Next Gen Sports is your local destination for all things sports, from sports cards to authentic sneakers, customizable t-shirts, and even official team jerseys. So whether you're buying, selling, or trading sports merch, cards, or sneakers, Next Gen Sports is your go-to for the most fire sports gear. What's that? Oh, you're not a big sports fan? That's all gravy, baby. Next Gen Sports is still your go-to spot for all customizable shirts, just like this one. Look. Sheesh. Anyways, guys, the best part about all this, it's super affordable. There's delivery here in El Paso, shipping anywhere in the US, Canada, and Mexico. So go check out Next Gen Sports on all social media platforms, including TikTok. It's all in the description below, guys. Go support the people that rock with us. Tell them that Chris and Misa from the pod send you. And as always, stay fresh.
Hey, welcome back. Conversing with Chris and Misa.
Sure, you got it right.
Yeah, she
got it right.
Wow.
Hey, today, like we said, we're flipping the script. We got our guests who are actually the host right here. Let them know who you are, brothers.
Got our boy Chris in the house.
Yep,
what the
yep.
fuck it is?
And your boy Misa, or Mika, like Ponchi called me earlier.
Oh, what it do?
Well,
Bro,
what
it really does
what it do.
feel strange sitting on this side of the table.
I don't like it.
really
My
does.
co-host, Steven Puga.
What's up, guys? What's going on? You guys can follow me on Instagram at Puga20. That's PUGA20. And it's the same thing for Twitter, PUGA20. Stephen Michael Puga on Facebook. So go ahead and give us a follow and a like.
Sheesh, you already
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Where
This
can they
is
find you at Ponchi? Where are you at online?
On 911. Just call 911. I'll be there.
You
I'm
can
the
find
only
me at the
Ponchi.
bar.
Pinche Ponchi at Twitter. Don't look for anything else. Pinche Ponchi at Twitter. That's where all the shit goes. Hey, episode 166. We flipped the script. Hey, we're going to do a little bit more personal stuff. Nothing too much about the podcast. To start us off with a game. Steven Puga, all you.
All right, guys, we're gonna start this out with a little. We're gonna find out. We talked about it in the first segment. They've interviewed a bunch of prominent people. You got Johnny Cage, John Teicher, Steve Kapowitz. Anybody in El Paso has been on this podcast. But we're gonna find out how well these guys know El Paso. In fact, a few questions about El Paso. I'm gonna see how much you know. So I'm gonna ask a hard one real quickly.
How many bridges do we have?
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
That's a good one. Even I don't know. I think we go at like
It's
4.
because I don't use bridges, dude. I cross the river
Oh, I know.
straight.
No, that wasn't one of the questions. Steven.
All right, so we all know El Paso High.
Yes.
El Paso High Tigers.
Yes.
That's the oldest school.
1912.
That's the oldest school in El Paso. But which one is the second?
Oh, Austin. Austin High School.
No.
Bridges?
Okay, hold on. You gotta let me guess at least one.
Let's just throw them all out, Chris.
Okay, El Paso High was number 1. How about Isleta?
That is correct.
Once an Indian. What's their slogan? Once an Indian?
Always an Indian.
Because they don't graduate?
Honestly, that was a good guess right there. That was a good guess. I fucking
They're on
thought
the
about it.
reservation.
You didn't know it? You just guessed?
No, I kind of figured out because you think of how old El Paso is.
Yeah.
A lot of the main part of El Paso used to be in that part of Lower Valley. So just you
Wow,
know,
history classes by
yeah.
Chris. There you
Yes,
go,
sir.
guys.
Sign up. It's my TED Talk.
Thank you for coming. And to my TED Talk.
All right, here's the second one, guys. This is another school question. So back in the 50s and 60s, if you grew up in the Segundo Barrio and you just so happened to be colored,
Oh,
let's be honest, what school did you go to?
was that Bowie? Fuck.
Oh, that's the one right there.
Is that Lincoln something?
Hold on. What school is it still around?
It is not around anymore, but it's a historical landmark in the Segundo Barrio.
Fucking A. I forgot the name of that
Dude,
fucking.
fuck. I don't know shit about the Segundo Barrio. Even though I probably should.
You should spend a whole weekend down there, dude.
What's the school that's
fuck,
right
What
there?
is el primer barrio?
Okay, I'm not going to get this one.
No, I
All
don't know.
right, here we go.
It's Douglas.
Oh, Buster Douglas Elementary. Buster Douglas Elementary, yes.
Yeah, that's so.
Okay.
Yeah, and I knew that. My barber told me that story. He was like, I went to Douglas. If you were, and he told me, I went up to my barber shop in Northeast. He was like, if you were colored back in the day, man, if you were black, you would go to Douglas.
Is that so? That school's not open anymore?
It's
You
not,
said?
no, but it's still there. The
They
building is
integrated
Oh, wow.
schools.
Yeah.
Shit.
Wow, what was that building being
Integrated
used or no?
school.
No,
No, they did integrate them.
It's a historical landmark.
No.
Oh,
but
okay.
wait, they are going to open up a museum. I swear to God, dude.
Good. That's good. Gotta respect the cultures around here a little bit more.
Elementary School.
All
right,
turn
do we
down
have
the
a third?
music a little bit,
You got a third
please,
one?
Puga.
Well,
we
hold
have
on,
a
hold on.
third
I
one?
want to know
Just
where
a
this.
little
Hold on.
bit.
I want to
Yeah,
know
there
where
you
this school is at.
Frederick Douglass Elementary. Oh, dude, it looks like it's still open.
No, it's not. No, well, maybe it is, but the old one.
Is that the
I don't
one
know.
down like by the spaghetti bowl?
No, it's
Yes,
by
that's the
Bowie
one that-
Bakery.
No,
No.
isn't
The one in the spaghetti bowl, right? That
No,
pinkish building or like.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking.
is that another one?
Because Fixed Idea did like a show to try to raise some money to
To
save
keep it,
yeah.
Okay, so
I guess it is, but you know what? That's what.
That's not open. That place is. Oh, dude.
apparently none of us know about this.
No, but it's true though. Like back in the day,
Right.
if you just happened, you know,
Right. But we don't know where it's at.
Well, that's not the original.
Right.
School,
They probably
though.
remade
Right,
it.
right.
Right. Okay.
Do you have another question?
Ponchi, do you have one?
No, but I have a different game.
All right,
Let's do
fuck it,
one
let's-
more. One
One more question, dude.
All right, let me.
Misa's got to get one
Yeah,
right.
I gotta get one right, dude. Come on, give me an easy one.
This should be an easy one.
Gets it wrong.
Which was the last school to win a state championship in baseball?
Oh, Coronado,
Socorro.
Franklin.
Soco Loco.
Let's go.
When was that?
Soco
2009.
Loco.
2009. Wow, that was the year after we graduated.
Right.
No, the
Soco
year we
Loco,
graduated.
bro.
The year we graduated.
The year we
actually.
graduated. That's crazy.
Puga, why were they all about school though?
Because I'm a fucking nerd.
Okay. Because
school's for fools.
I was just curious about that. But
Yeah.
those
Hey,
are
that
good.
was
I
good.
thought that I mean, no
Right.
other way
You got to know your
understand.
schools in El
Hey,
Paso.
well, I
right?
feel like I got schooled, so thank you.
Yes.
You kind of did.
That was good, dude. Good question.
Sletta and Socorro. Nice.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah. Out of the box.
And Douglas still open,
Douglas
probably.
Still open. now they send the Hondurans there.
He's an absolute savage.
Are we ready for our second game?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do it. This is Ponchi's Would You Rather. If you had two dicks, would you rather it be one on top of the other or side by side?
Oh shit, that's a good one. But probably now that I'm married, one on top of the other.
Whoa, nice.
What does that mean now that you're married?
Why would it be different?
Because okay, like
What
if
was
I
going
wasn't
on,
okay,
like,
this is okay.
pre-marriage?
Okay, like okay, if I wasn't married, right? Let's say I was a crazy guy and like I was like on a threesome. Well, hey, both of you girls can get it now, right?
I gotta
But
be
now I can
honest.
do that.
I think you need to do more anatomy because this is harder than this. This you can still. Well, anyway, it's your answer.
Then this.
There's no wrong answer. That's all I'm getting at. One on top of the other.
Can we like twist them up?
Oh yeah, like a culebra cigar. Perfect.
Can I say?
Una
Can
trenza,
I
güey.
stay single dicked? Is that cool?
No. You have to pick
Or a double
shotgun.
asshole, Chris, or a double asshole.
Double asshole.
Double
There it
dick on the screen.
One on top of the other.
Oh my god.
Okay,
That's what Otis Hicks used to sell.
I'll do the side by side dicks, I guess. Right?
Okay, why are you doing that? I mean,
mean-
you're tearing some up.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like
I feel like you can wear one out first, you know, and then fucking once you're ready
you're
to
gonna
go,
be like the monster from
right.
Godzilla with two
you just
long
like
heads.
you just switch, you pivot.
Just
you
one
It's
know?
because he wants to go at it at the same
yeah.
time, two
Right.
hands.
You see? I mean, I don't know.
The thing is, you don't have a rhythm with your left hand. Stop.
No, I know, but I wouldn't be doing it.
Oh.
You ever see a farmer milk a cow
Oh, so
with
you-
one hand? No, dude, he's got to do both.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be treated like an udder. It's like, just yanking that shit out of me. This is your
Question number
question.
two. Question number two.
Fucking udder.
Can I go on to the other?
Yeah.
The other.
The udder question.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're the one that
All
came up
right,
with
here we
it?
go.
Fucking shit.
We
keep
have a
going.
Chargers fan.
Yes, sir.
Sorry about last week. We have Golden State fan here.
Let's go.
Would you rather your team win a guaranteed championship or you have season tickets to a season that they're losing?
Oh, no, dude. Why would you want to go watch your team lose? Fuck
Shit,
that.
I don't know.
If
That's
I had a
good one.
guarantee that they were going to win, fuck yeah. I'll watch them whenever I can after that.
I have UTEP season tickets.
Right, I would probably.
Yeah, it's like somebody offered you like, hey, here's season tickets for UTEP right now to go watch them, or do you want for them to win the whole thing right away?
Yeah, that's
UTSA.
true. No, get the fuck out of here.
Go Runners.
It sounds
Go
like
Miners.
8 hours.
But yeah,
from here.
I would take the automatic championship.
Okay, I
Real
like
easy.
it.
What about you, Ponchi? What would you do?
Arsenal? dude, I haven't gone to a game in London.
True. That would
if
be
they
crazy.
win it, I'm okay with that. I haven't gone ever. It's in London.
It's far.
What about the Eagles?
But I mean, to have season tickets, would you rather have like a losing season ticket?
Nah,
in
you're
London?
right. Nah, dude, I want a chip, dude. I mean, it has it, dude. You have to get the championship.
Right.
What about the Eagles?
Well, I mean, I've gone to Philly when the Eagles have been.
But let's
very
just say you
good.
had season tickets, chingon seats.
Chingon style.
Yeah.
and they weren't any good.
Yeah, they weren't any good.
No, the
Yeah.
seats are chingon.
I'd probably still go.
4 and
You
12.
take
You're
four
gonna go 4 and
13.
12, and yeah, because it's an experience
Yeah.
and an NFL game. Yeah.
I was gonna
different
say.
stadium every game too.
I was thinking. Well, no,
No,
That's
season
home
tickets
season.
is at home.
Season tickets,
Right,
bro.
right.
Jesus. I was thinking like it'd be cool because like you can watch Steph Curry have like a decent year even though the team's bad, but you're like, hey, I was there when he broke this fucking record. Or whatever.
Yeah, I could hear that, dude.
Whatever.
Especially with the new stadium or the new arena they have.
Right.
All right, the last one here. Okay, guys. Exaggeration is what I'm going for.
Fuck.
Would you rather have a too big dick, like it's just too big, or two big balls? Like they're just not that there's two of them. That is, they're just too big.
That's like that
I
South Park
think
shit.
I think I'd probably have to go with the two big balls.
Like on South Park with like Randy, where they hop on the balls. And shit.
I'm thinking about like two. Like, no, I know.
Look, I mean, how hard would it be to have sex with like a dick that's too big?
Yeah, I mean, who's gonna want to fuck
Right,
you?
exactly,
Honestly,
yeah.
And you're not gonna get it
can-
all in her mouth.
Right,
Like,
you can't just be like, but I got two balls that are normal.
Yeah.
Can't get it all in her mouth.
Watch, Iggy's gonna type in something.
No,
There it is, right there, right there.
Stan Marsh. Yeah, Stan Marsh.
Yeah.
dude,
Those are
see
too
like
big. Elephantitis.
He's walking around with his nuts in a
well, he has
wheelbarrow.
cancer right there. But would you rather
I
have
mean,
that?
as a man, you don't need those balls, right? So you can just cut them off and then you're good.
Well,
I don't think it works like that way.
But this is one or the other, fucker.
Okay,
so you
but-
gotta pick one or the other.
Right.
Okay,
if your
then, yeah.
nuts are that big, does that mean you're more fertile? Because you're storing a lot of fucking shit in you, right?
You're Hispanic. You're already a lot fertile.
Right. Okay. I'm going.
You wouldn't go like. You wouldn't look like that.
Yeah, I'm going with the big dick. I
You know
don't
what's
wanna
funny
look
is
like-
Even
that
though you're
Chris-
not getting sex like crazy ass because it doesn't fit anywhere.
Yeah, I'd just be like, yo, she said she was down, and then she couldn't
Wrestle
take
with it, yeah.
Well, I gotta be honest. You're right.
Grab it in a headlock. Grab it in a headlock, you know?
And wouldn't
Damn.
wouldn't you rather? Yeah, you can't even jerk off with your hand. It have to be like with your elbow. You're
Yeah.
right. But at the end of the day, I guess this is that big dick energy.
Yeah,
You'd
yeah,
have
yeah,
chingos of big dick energy.
Isn't there a song
Literally.
like that? Yeah,
Loads.
girls like that, I guess not.
I guess. Hey guys, well that's been
slap
our
a-
game show.
Slap somebody across the face with that shit.
So now these are two of the coolest guys I've hung out with recently, and to be honest with you, we've become friends in the last year and a half, and I love hanging out with you guys outside of the studio. And I always think that you guys have like a cool vibe. What I want to do is this cool dudes. Tell me a little bit about this, a little hidden gem that you know about. And I'm going to ask you different things. For example, is there a restaurant in El Paso that nobody knows about that you're fucking vibing with it? This is your go-to place. Misa.
Honestly, I'm probably the worst at that. I'm the one that to ask people about shit.
Yeah?
I'm not the type to like go and like try something new that nobody's ever told me about. Like
All
I need
right.
to hear it from somebody
That's
that
cool.
like, you know.
Let the skinny guy say he doesn't
Yeah.
eat. Okay.
What? No. I mean, like every time I tell Chris to tell me something, it's always like this shit that I've already tried, you know. So if
But there's
I try
nothing-
something new, it's always because somebody else told me. There's never been a time
Okay,
where like,
okay.
like,
But
I
right
find-
now, is there something that you're vibing on? Like, hey, dude, I really like blank.
Canes, dude. I've never been into
You know
Canes.
what? I gotta
dude,
be
and
honest
just
with you.
recently I
That's
got
not a
into
bad
it.
answer.
Yeah.
This was your opportunity to plug Fourth and Goal Barbecue.
I've only been there once, dude.
Dude, you know
And
what?
I text Tony, and he never texts me back. So sorry, Tony.
I live right down the street from 4th and Goal, and their barbecue is just off the charts, bro.
Yeah, it's good, dude. I would
Chris,
say
it's the tits.
Have you ever been to Lorenzo's in Las Cruces?
Motherfucker didn't even say fourth and goal either.
No, I know, but
He
I
already
plugged him.
brought him up. He brought him up.
Let me plug Canes. I'm gonna plug national brand Canes. They asked me about El Paso. Canes.
It's in El Paso. so whatever,
Fuck.
dude.
Could have said any
Hey,
Mexican
Ponchi's
restaurant.
not from El Paso and he's
Whatever
here?
the fuck.
That's right.
Had a chance to plug Fourth
right.
and Goal. Didn't. So I'm gonna plug fucking Lorenzo's in Las Cruces. How about that?
Okay. Lorenzo's. What do you got in Lorenzo's? What do you got in Lorenzo's that's good?
You can get the chicken Parmesan. That shit's really fucking
So is
good.
it Italian
It's Italian.
place?
Yeah, it's Lorenzo's, dude. What the
All right, real quick.
Well, I
this
don't
is-
know, Lorenzo. Don't be away.
Real quick, guys. Real quick. This guy was about to share. Can you share real quick? This is fourth and goal, guys.
It's on Hawkins and Montana.
Yep.
The three-legged monkey.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's
Whoa.
yeah. That's not the three-legged monkey.
That's not the three-legged
Iggy,
monkey
God
you're
bless.
used to, huh?
Oh, I know about that three-legged monkey.
Why is Dolly Parton on our screen?
I was about to say.
Guys, if you guys haven't tried it out, go try it out, guys.
Fourth
You know,
Club
Dolly
barbecue's
Parton's
going
never
to
seen
go.
her feet.
What? It's so random. What do you mean?
I can't believe you're laughing at a 1980s joke, but okay.
Bro, you got me.
Dude, you got
I haven't heard from her
Really?
since the 1980s.
This is how I know I'm way older than you guys. I'm 51.
Bro, we were
I
born
used
in
to say that-
1990, bro.
Dude,
That was like a thing
1985.
back then? Or
So
what?
we didn't
1985?
come into consciousness
Okay,
until
okay,
95.
okay. Just know that in 1985, I was 14 years old saying that
Okay,
joke.
but-
And y'all are laughing like you heard it for the first time?
well,
There is
I
a
have no
disconnect.
idea what the joke is about. I'm over here like, that's a joke?
Because she has really small feet.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Yeah. Shout out to Fourth and Goal,
And this guy's-
Lorenzo's.
in Las Cruces.
Hey,
we gotta go
Lorenzo's.
there.
We're
Dude,
looking for
fire, dude.
sponsorship.
Super
We're
good.
looking for sponsorship.
Super good chicken Alfredo, super good pizza. It feels like you're sitting in a brick oven when you're in there, but it's amazing.
All right, so Misa, since you didn't like restaurants, I'm gonna go somewhere different. Give me a band you're listening to right now. It's fire that nobody knows about. It doesn't have to be local. Any band, just like, hey, dude, I'm vibing.
I'll tell you straight up, guys. I'm not the type to look out for like new music and
And it
shit.
doesn't matter.
You know?
Dude, what are you banging right
So,
now? What are you banging right now? Jay Z.
Led Zeppelin, no, Led Zeppelin.
Zeppelin.
The past week has been Led Zeppelin in the mornings, you know.
Yeah?
But usually it's
Black
it's
Dog?
like nah, dude.
Black
nah.
Dog's badass, bro.
No, it's just kidding. No, yeah. But usually it's like a like Selena or you know,
Now I know you're fucking
yeah,
lying.
Gabriel Iglesias or you know like.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna go again. Give me some weak answers. The next one, I'm just gonna go straight to Chris.
All right, the Black Keys,
Chris,
Black Keys for sure, dude.
who is your vibe band that we need to know about?
Right now, I'm on a Blink 182 kick because they're coming
Nice.
back. They're
I
about
love-
to release another album.
I love-
This is the first album that's been released by the original trio since like 2009. Maybe I might be wrong on that, but super influential band on me growing up. Blink 182 was the shit. This was the pinnacle of fucking pop punk at the time, and I really like them. Still my favorite band of all time.
I think they got huge like at the perfect time
Dude,
for us too.
they
That
blew up,
perfect
dude.
age.
Perfect age. We grew
I
up.
love their
born to
videos,
be
dude.
Blink 182 fans.
Do you remember the videos?
Yeah, dude.
They're all naked.
Making fun of the boy bands.
Yeah, dude, the parody video where they're in the hangar, fucking, and then they're making fun of
Blackstreet Boys or
at the
NSYNC?
very end. They're making fun of somebody else in the movie.
But do you
It
remember
was
that other video where they were
hilarious.
like freaking naked running?
Yeah, they're running down the
Yeah.
street. What's my
Dude.
age again? It's a
What's
great
my
song.
age again?
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
Blink 182,
look,
shout out.
if you get a chance, look it up. It's I saw it on TikTok where there's a chick singing it acoustically.
And it sounds badass.
Dude, yeah, it's like
dude.
a deep ass song, and you're
Okay,
like
I don't want to age myself, but how long have these guys been around?
Blink
Blink
182 started in like
182 years ago.
They started
Oh,
in
shit.
like 1994, dude. Like but it wasn't the original. There was a different drummer at the time, but they have longevity of like 25 years, like for real.
Now I want to ask the same questions to both of you just to see what you guys are listening to.
All right, all right.
So Ponchi, go first.
Oh, Coda the friend. Yeah, I'm into that.
Code of a friend.
Coda the friend,
Code of the friend.
dude. And Sara Socas, she's a rapper from Spain.
Okay.
Dude,
Oh,
she's a battle
shit.
rapper.
Shit.
Dude, so everything that you're looking at for Sara Socas is like 30, 40, like 16 bars.
Damn, so you're like foreign kind of music guy?
Dude, the thing is that she's fucking there's a battle rap between her and Mr. Ego, but in Spanish, and she fucking fire, dude.
Code
Sara
of the
Socas,
friend.
dude.
Who is it?
Dude, Coda the friend, dude, is amazing, bro.
I've heard of him. Never listened to him. Though.
Dude. The thing is that it's
And where's he from, Punchy?
I want to say LA, dude. The dude is chill rap. It's not in your face. It's not.
yeah.
It's not fuck your bitch and you click. No.
You came in fucking singing that shit.
By the way, Blink 182, 1992. That's wow. Yeah. So I was right there. Yeah, crazy.
Puga.
Okay, well, I don't listen to. I mean, I do like rap, but I'm on a country binge right now.
Yes, sir.
Who is
Yes,
it?
sir.
Talk to me.
I really enjoy Luke Combs.
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
listening to Luke Combs and Morgan Wallen right now.
Dude, Morgan's on fire.
This guy got me on Morgan Wallen, bro.
Tell me you guys like Randy Rogers.
Yes, dude, but that's old country.
No. Stop.
Garth Brooks, you
Dude.
mean?
What a dick, dude.
No, I know,
to
but
brag.
like-
I'm about to do a humble brag and you fuck it up. I'm a host a jalapeno festival in Laredo, Texas. You know, there's going to be 12,000
there.
people.
Freddie Fender and shit.
I'm opening up for Randy Rogers. And, that's old country. They suck.
Congratulations, dude. There's
Yeah,
going to be a bunch of
thanks.
old
Give him a
people
round of
there.
applause.
Iggy went last year. How many thousand people were out there, dude?
Yeah.
Dude, Ramon
He doesn't even know how to
Ayala.
count.
But
Dude, Ramon Ayala, Bronco, Gerardo Ortiz, and Randy Rogers. There's only one in
Damn.
English.
sick.
No,
Yo, but you know,
I really do enjoy Morgan Wallen. And
Right.
Luke Combs
is badass, bro.
Killer right now.
I think Morgan Wallen's on top of the country world.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
Morgan Wallen right now. I feel like he can go either way.
Bro, tickets to see him like in Phoenix are like $300 for like the cheapest seat, dude. That's fucking out of control. But yeah, you know what's crazy about him? Do you guys remember he got in that controversy because he said the N-word?
Yes.
And like usually that really
November?
fucks people.
When did he say that?
He got drunk
Neighbor,
one
he
night
said
and was just
neighbor.
screaming
Neighbor.
at it.
Yeah.
Screaming it.
Usually that fucking derails careers, but this guy really bounced back, dude. And
Well,
it's-
yeah,
but it's
because look at his,
music is so
audience.
badass.
He's like, his music's good. We'll let it slide.
Nah, dude, this guy.
Well, I mean, it's his audience.
Bro, this guy's got more than just white people listening to him. That's for sure. Me
Yeah,
and
he's
Puga
got.
are on
Yeah,
his
I
fucking
fucking
dick
love
over
Morgan
here.
Wallen. He's
I
fucking
had
great.
zero idea.
That new song he came out, One Thing at a Time. That shit,
Dude,
that shit
that's
is
a
fire,
badass
bro.
song, dude. I love that song.
That's a bop, son.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a
Is that
bop.
what we're jamming to?
Yeah, you see, even he remembered.
Yeah, I remember now.
And Ponchi got attacked by his beer again. Fucking
Can I get that? All right, guys. I'm gonna go one more.
fucking shit.
Guys,
Bro,
since
you
everybody's
spilled more beer in the studio in one day than we have in 3 years.
all right. Not a big deal. Hey, cool guys. I'm asking you guys.
Over at you, you're fighting a Heineken.
No, cool guys, right here. Cool guys. Your favorite movie that you watched very recently? Is there something that you watch that like, dude, people need to know about this movie?
Titanic.
Hey, say
What?
Dude, Titanic's a brilliant movie, bro.
They just remastered that shit.
Yeah, dude, every time you watch it, you'll catch
did?
like these little nuances that you missed the first time around.
Is
It's a
that
great
really your
movie.
answer?
Yeah, dude. I don't watch a lot of movies like new movies.
Okay, what
at
about
all.
a documentary or something that
I don't really watch TV at all. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Very rarely
I
do you
watched
catch
too
me
much
watching
to
TV.
like.
Yeah, his name is
I'm
Misa
starting,
the
to
Doc.
realize, I'm starting to realize you guys are not interesting at all.
No, hold on. Misa's middle
That's why
name.
That's why we're the
No
ones
wonder
that
you interview
people.
Yo,
everyone.
Misa's middle name is documentary.
Yeah. I
Okay,
watch a lot
what
of
documentary? Give me one, dude. The one with the octopus that everybody loves.
Actually, that was
pretty badass,
That was
dude.
a good one,
Yeah, it
actually,
was.
dude. At first, I was like, "Oh, what the hell is this?" And like, I
An
made
hour
a
and a
best
half-
friends with an octopus, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
An hour and a half later,
Yeah,
you're like,
dude.
hey, that octopus was his friend.
Dude, I told my wife like we're gonna get an octopus when I become a millionaire, like for sure. But like documentaries are always really cool.
I fucking
I
love 'em. That's
love
my shit.
history, especially like anything like before like Vietnam. For me, it's like fucking.
What about
gold.
the Anunnaki? Are you in?
Oh yeah.
Dude. I'm telling you right now, dude. The world
But-
isn't ours.
Speaking so a movie that I actually watched 2 nights ago, and I literally stayed up till like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I have to be at work by 5 in the morning, so it wasn't a good idea, but I loved it. It was The Patriot with Mel Gibson.
Oh,
Awesome
yeah,
movie.
that's a.
It's
one of the
something
best
like for
movies ever.
sure you have to watch.
Did
know?
y'all ever watch that movie like in 8th grade history, U.S. history? They like watched The Patriot because it's U.S. history.
Nah,
or
they
something
never
like
showed that
They
movie.
showed us that
Cool.
movie.
No shit.
Nah,
We had
they-
to sign a
No,
waiver.
you know
Our
which
parents had to
movie?
sign a waiver.
Which movie I remember they showed us like, and it was like several movies, and I liked it and I haven't seen it since. Roots.
Roots, yeah, Kunta
You know,
Kinte.
Kunta
yeah.
Kinte is your name?
Toby.
Toby. No,
Yeah,
Chicken
yeah.
George. Chicken George was my favorite guy, dude.
Alex Haley.
Yeah.
Dude, so when I was in high school, real fun.
Heath Ledger's in that movie, by the way.
Yeah,
too.
dude.
The thing about that you're saying about like movies, my Spanish teacher showed us Pink Floyd The Wall.
Hey.
And if you ever seen it, there is a topless scene, and it's very innocuous, to be honest with you. It's all about like one of the groupies, whatever. Dude, 20 seconds, and there was a Karen in my room, and Karen went to go talk to the principal, and
Ruined
they,
it.
Yeah,
Wow.
they
Yeah,
the
fuck that
principal got in trouble. The teacher got in trouble. She lost her job. And I was just like, dude, we already know Spanish. Let us, like this is the worst class ever.
Yeah. You know the best movies
We're
though are
learning nothing.
like Inception or Interstellar.
Oh, I like that.
Like those are the type of movies, or like Ready Player One. Like those are the type of movies that literally I could watch every single fucking day, dude.
Have you guys seen the new Avatar that's like destroying all these fucking
dude.
records? I haven't seen it.
Dude, did you guys know that at the fucking at the Cinemark, right? There's like
the fucking XD.
the
thing.
XD where it's
Yeah.
all the way fucking around you. Like it like
it's
there's
not an
3
IMAX.
walls.
It actually
It's
comes
3
around.
fucking
Right,
walls.
right.
My mom sent me a picture where she's watching the fucking movie.
So it's
And
like an Oculus
she's
kind of
underwater.
thing?
It looked like she's underwater because there's the
What?
fucking on the walls
That's
next
crazy.
to her and in front, obviously. So
Wow.
Yeah,
but
shout
she
out
said it
Avatar.
wasn't. She said it wasn't on like the whole time. It was just like exciting scenes, or like when they're walking through the jungles and shit. Then like the screens will turn on the side. So,
Cool guys, I want you
Remember
to.
when 3D movies were like trying to be a thing?
Right,
Dude, I
3D
hate it,
glasses
bro.
and
I
shit.
remember like watching them, and like every time we'd get a 3D movie, like we'd buy them late, so it'd be at the very fucking front, so it wouldn't work. I'd be like this.
So real quickly, I remember when I was a senior in high school, my dad got me and my sister tickets to go see Jackass 3D.
Hey,
And
That's right.
you see a dick flying?
Dude, you
Yeah,
put on your
balls.
fucking glasses and the fucking dildos flying.
Yo, you're trying to grab
The
it.
opening
that shit.
scene.
That's fucking savage, dude. Yeah.
Dude, and I wonder like
R.I.P. 3D movies.
Yeah. It's
by
not
the
even
way.
a thing anymore.
Yeah, all right. Like used to be like Godzilla in 3D.
You know what they should do? They should try.
What they're-
They should do this shit for games, dude.
What they were
Well,
doing.
they tried that, but it didn't work out.
3D? I mean,
Yeah.
what? They tried?
PlayStation tried doing that.
No shit.
What happened with the movie? The industry was trying to get you back into the theater because everyone was watching at home. The home theater was happening, so it was like, "Hey, we can't replicate this. You can't do this at home."
That's true.
Yeah,
That's very true.
Hey, cool guys, give me something that you want to share with me as far as a show, a Netflix show, Amazon Prime show that you're watching. That is like, hey, dude, I'm so into this that you binged it.
Actually, recently I watched that. It's very popular. It's The Last of Us. Is that what it's called? There's a game called The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, the zombie one.
The zombie one
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
It came out on HBO, dude. I never played the game, but I fucking saw it and that shit was good. Also, another one that we talked about it on the other podcast is called "Where's My Jet?" Pepsi. It's on Netflix.
Oh my God,
You guys haven't seen it?
Carnal, no, you have no idea. That connected with me on a different level because I was in
grew up
college
during those times,
Dude, no,
yeah.
I was in college, so I remember, dude.
Can you explain to the people watching what this shit was about?
So they had this. Pepsi had this amazing little. Hey, check it out. We have T-shirts, glasses, caps, shorts, whatever the fuck. And in their ad is like, hey, get Pepsi points, and every time that you bought a can or a 16 ounce, it would give you the points, and you would add them up or whatever. And if you had enough points, you can get a cap, shirt, whatever. And on their ad,
On their
it's
commercial,
like,
yeah.
on the commercial, it was like a T-shirt, 40 points. They're like, hey, pues chinga, I can drink 5 of them, I can get a T-shirt. And at the end of it, this fucking cool kid with his glasses that like were 80 points. He flies into school in a Harrier jet, which is one of those that lands like this.
Yeah,
the
fucking
British
fighter jet, bro.
It's a fighter jet, and it lands like this, and it's at 1 million points.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember telling my buddy, going, dude, I don't know the math, but that's doable.
we can do it.
No, seriously.
And
I go,
that's
maybe-
exactly what that
Dude, and
documentary is about.
and
Some
in-
guy
and-
thought that same thing.
And in
he's
my head,
"Let's
I'm like,
fucking do
I
it."
don't know that many people, but I bet you if all of Laredo got together,
Bro,
we can have a Harrier jet.
have your own military Air Force.
we can totally fucking I never took
Throwing
it.
tamales at people from the top. And shit.
So there's this,
Patrolling the border and shit.
which is funny
Cover your jet.
our university in Laredo is associated with Texas A&M. So it's Texas A&M at Laredo.
Right.
No, wait, that's not the name of it. Texas A&M at Laredo. Say that out loud. Tamal. So it's TAMU, Texas A&M
Yeah.
International.
That's funny, dude.
So anyway, that being said, there's this the documentary is about this guy who says, let's put this together and try to, dude, once we have it, we can sell it and make money. And Pepsi kind of Tell me that you stopped buying Pepsi products after watching like fuckers. They were
Dude, yeah,
lying.
because like
They got caught.
yeah, well, not just that, but I'm not gonna say much about this whole documentary, but it's not the first time that, because eventually what this kid did is like he tried to find a way to fucking get that jet because it was on the commercial, right? And usually when you see commercials, you see like something at the bottom that says like, this ain't real. Yeah.
Not valid in Nevada, Texas, or whatever the fuck.
But he didn't see any of that, right?
No,
so
'cause
legally, it was possible. So he tried to do that. But the one thing that pissed me off about that show is that it wasn't the first time something like that had happened with Pepsi. These motherfuckers had like done this shit like in other countries in the Philippines.
Scandalous liars.
Dude, it's just imagine, especially in the Philippines too, where most people are like a third world country kind of like living there, and then they fucking open a Pepsi and it says that they're a fucking millionaire. But not just that, but then they go and they find 5 other ones that say they're a fucking millionaire.
Yeah,
so.
everybody ended up getting like the equivalent like $138 when they thought they were going to be millionaires. Dude.
Yeah, dude,
Screwed
it's
them all.
fucking crazy. But you guys should watch. Yeah, those shows.
I like that one. What?
$138?
Yeah.
Guerrilla marketing, bro.
It's because they were like
don't get me wrong.
millionaire.
thousands of people.
That's so fucked up.
Everybody got a cut of $1 million.
Have you seen my tab at the comic strip?
Oh shit!
Is that you have a tab? How high is it?
No, dude. The highest I've ever been there is like 228. Because Nico keeps going up there. And Ponchi said it was okay to get a beer.
I hate when he.
Iggy's like, I've done that
nodding.
before.
Iggy knows. Nico's
I
like,
told him to stop doing that shit because those are my fucking beers. Goddamn it!
Right. And then you walk out, you're like $75. You're like,
75. I
Hey,
wish.
wait, have y'all ever walked out on your tab at Scenics?
No.
I've done it once. Yeah, thank God Yesenia's cool
I did it. I did it unintentionally at the third hole over on.
Is that a
Belvedere.
euphemism?
What? I don't know what that word means. Dude, English.
Keep going.
Anyways,
Dude, it's a cool bar in there too. It's a little dive bar.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
nice.
It's up. So, and the crazy thing is, like the next day, I woke up and I was actually with your fucking cousin with Blue and shit. And the next day, he sends me a text like, "Hey fucker, you know that we never paid our tab, right?"
Oh fuck.
And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "We were smoking a cigarette," and you're like, "All right, let's go." And so we walked out, and I was like, "Oh, we didn't pay for our tab." But you didn't say anything, so that's why I didn't say anything. And I was like, bro, I was fucked up. Why didn't you fucking stop me? And Tim was like, no. And I was like, dude, well, we got to go back because you know why? Because these motherfuckers, when you open their door, what the fuck is the first thing you see on their wall? A bunch of pictures of people that walked out on their tab.
Oh, no shit.
So we got to go back and fucking...
I always thought it was like the most drunk people. I was like, I want to be on that
the
wall.
most drunk people that didn't
No,
pay
you
for
don't
their
want to be
tab.
on that wall, bro.
So yeah, dude, it was like a $62 fucking tab, and I fucking went the next day, and then she's like, "What?" They couldn't find my name.
Let
and
me
she
ask
asked
you-
me what I ordered, and I gave her like half of the order, so she charged me like $40 and shit.
Let me ask you, how many of those beers on that tab from Nico going, hey, no, Misa said I could get beers?
All of them.
All right, guys. Cool guys giving us cool things. Last thing I want to ask you all. So every day you get on your phone, give me a website or something that you do on your phone, be it Wordle, TikTok, something that is like, hey, dude, it's my new obsession on your phone, an app or a website. Misa.
Lately, probably the past like 2 months, the first thing I do, and for a while, is like I go kind of like into a wormhole on my Robinhood app. I look at all the traffic coming in. I look at the stocks. I look at the cryptocurrencies.
Yep.
I looked at into all that. And
Calma la FTX.
no, yeah, I mean, you have to. I mean, when you invest in stuff like that, like I don't know, like
you invested on a soundboard.
Yeah. I don't have like all that. Like it's like all or nothing. into
How
my
much you got?
investment.
Be honest. I got 300 in there.
Nah, it's more than that, but I don't want to say numbers. But the thing is like, it's just got me so interesting because it's getting to a point where like cryptocurrency and all this hasn't been this big ever, right? Mm-hmm. And so a lot of people have said it's not gonna survive this long, and then it has, or this long and it has. So like all this news coming out, and then it's just seeing, you know, the economy being down and all this. Literally, me going into Robinhood. And watching all the stocks and all these.
And are you watching the crypto as a, like on real time?
Yeah, and honestly, bro, like
because I do that too.
Yeah, I do. I always watch it on real time, but I started getting into this like late 2016, right? Uh-huh. And probably 2018, 2019. When I met this guy, I was telling him to get on Dogecoin, get on this, get on that. You know? Like I had spent some money, bro. And it got to a point where like I was like, dude, holy shit, I could quit my job for like 2 years and hang on here for a little bit, and then, or maybe use this money to start my own business. But I didn't know. I didn't know too much to like, you know, I saw and I was like, yeah, it'll be okay. Let's just wait.
Yo.
I didn't know when to stop. I didn't know all this shit.
Are NFTs still a thing?
No, I don't know, dude. I think they will be, but
no, they all lost their value.
I don't see it.
Literally, they all lost their value.
I don't see it.
Like Steph Curry and another athlete are getting sued over their NFTs because
well, Logan Paul as well too,
because they were
and shit
supposed
like
to
that.
retain so much value and they've already lost like more than like 300% of their value.
I think it is, but I think that's all like the trial and error kind of thing. It's kind of like Bitcoin,
It's
right?
crazy.
It's Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these like stuff. Like a lot of these coins, Bitcoin is not
Dude,
the
I
only
gotta be
coin
honest.
that's come out.
As soon as something's unregulated, you can lose everything.
No, yeah.
This is right there, boom, right off the bat.
But look at how much more of these things are coming out, right? How much more unregulated this is coming out? Regulated that, how you could get an NFT, you could do this. So it's getting to a point where like eventually it's gonna move to that. It's kind of like credit cards, right? It's kind of like in the internet kind of money and shit. People was cash, and eventually they started bringing in credit cards. Do you guys know that they started bringing in credit cards in the 60s? Right,
I
but
remember-
people didn't
but it-
fucking care. People were like,
Dude.
"That's never gonna work. Fuck that." And
Do you remember the
companies died off of that?
Do you remember that first thing that was Diners Club was the first credit card? That was like because
never heard of Diners
all
Club.
these Diners Club was because all these expensive restaurants in New York are like, dude, how do we get these guys to come out more than once a week?
Right.
More
Or
than
pay more than like what they have in their wallet.
yeah,
right.
exactly.
That makes sense.
So it's
Yeah.
like, hey, dude, no, you can pay it later, kind of thing. Hey guys, well, I really appreciate that whole the cool guys sharing their cool. Oh no, you got you.
Yeah, you
got
skipped me twice,
you
bro.
got you.
Skip them twice.
No. My bad.
This
My
is a
bad.
Misa
Hey,
interview.
this is the first time I do this, fucker.
I know, but it's funny because you're like, and we're gonna get to you, and then the next thing you know, you're like,
No. What was the other one?
not
No,
this
you
time.
talked.
The
You
TV
talked.
show?
No, you said.
What TV show did I say?
No, you said the movie. You're right.
That's right. I'm not
Okay,
a type of guy,
okay,
movie
no,
guy.
here
So
we
you
go,
did
no.
answer, bitch.
Here we go, Chris.
No.
Movie and then
No, go,
site.
Chris, go.
No, he gets both.
Go, Chris.
Okay,
you know
so-
what, Chris?
Pornhub.
I'll let you be too.
He's
give you
got a
some time
piss.
for
All right, so we're gonna wait for Misa to come back. No, dude.
TV show.
Fucking TV show Scrubs. It's an old one.
Ooh,
Dude,
That
the thing
show
is
is
that
underrated.
Dude, there was
super
this-
underrated.
there was this guy in my 10th grade geometry class. I was like, hey man, like, what kind of shows you recommend? And like, he was like, dude, I go home and I watch Scrubs.
Scrubs is the shit, dude.
I'm
That's
like, what the
the
fuck?
funniest fucking show ever, dude. That show is like, I don't know. I get it, like some of the best humor ever is in that show. But yeah, I
Have
love
you
shit.
watched that
It's not on
episode?
anymore,
I feel like
but-
it's The Office, but with like nurses and shit.
yeah, pretty much, dude. It's the most hilarious shit ever. Check it out if you guys haven't. Scrubs, shout out.
Have you ever watched that episode where Colin Hay from Down Under? Wait, like I can't get to sleep when he's in the dude.
That song that he's singing,
Yes.
right? Yeah, they
And-
play
and-
that shit in there.
Yes, and dude, well, he's actually in
right.
the bus with him,
and he's playing his guitar and shit. Yeah.
And the thing is that I've never watched the show, and I remember flipping channels, and I saw that, and I'm like, okay, I know this song. I'm gonna stay. Dude, I got hooked. I
dude.
watched every episode.
Dude, Scrubs is the
Tell me
shit.
you've watched it twice. I've watched all of them.
I've watched all of them, but the second time around, I fell off once they start losing certain characters. I kind of just fell off. You know what I mean? But great show though. There's a lot of seasons you could watch that are just amazing. But yeah, shout out to Scrubs.
Chris, please tell me about a website or some app that you go to every day.
Pornhub. He goes to Pornhub.
No Jumper. I love No Jumper. If you guys don't know what No Jumper is,
Dude, No
Adam22, he has a podcast, biggest podcast in the world. No
Bro,
Jumper.
he's doing porn too. What do you mean? That's
yeah.
why you're looking at it.
No
He ain't fucking
jumper.
looking no podcast.
No,
Is this a guy who doesn't kill himself?
No, the No Jumper podcast, their fucking Instagram page is lit as fuck, dude. That shit has the most fucking craziest shit on there, funny shit, like news shit. I mean, it's a great place to follow if you're trying to get like anything trending for sure.
Yep. Yeah. There you go, Chris. Chris
Hey
was
guys,
feeling
well,
really
thank
sad.
you all for giving us a little bit of cool things to look into. Hey, I got two more questions for me, and then maybe two more questions from Puga, and then we're gonna talk a little bit at the very end, kind of like final thoughts. What would both of you tell episode 14, conversing with Chris and Misa, that you could tell them then that you've learned up to now?
Like
Go first.
look back and tell yourself something. Like some
Yeah, if
advice?
you can go back and say, "Hey guys, this."
I guess for sure, like just to be more confident when talking to like bigger name guests, you know what I mean? Like not to kind of ever put yourself in a position where you're talking from like below them, but just having confidence in knowing that like if you fucking believe in yourself and if you want to take yourself seriously, then that's the only way other people are going to be able to take your podcast seriously, you know?
I would hate to say fake it till you make it, but kind of like, hey,
Right,
dude,
kind of, yeah,
I'm
no way,
there.
yeah.
I'm there.
There's a reason that fucking saying exists, fake it till you make it,
Yeah.
because that's kind of sometimes what you
Yeah,
have
and when
to
you
do.
make it, don't fake it.
That's right. Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah.
So say I'm on.
Misa, is there anything that you would tell third podcast of yourself on the show?
Man, just don't like keep going. Don't stop, because I mean.
Punchy's going down on his beard like he's in a sorority right now.
Hey, you haven't answered, you fuck.
Hold on, I could tell you straight up, dude. You could start an OnlyFans and just do that, bro, and that shit would sell. That shit would sell,
that's
dude.
a scratch.
That's an idea right there. Bam. look at Iggy. He's like, dude, I'm fucking signing up.
No,
Dude.
the funniest thing is that before I opened it, I looked at him and I saw him doing this.
We were all watching you right before you did that.
So yeah, dude. So I mean, yeah, that's how literally what I would tell myself is like, you know what, like it's gonna be good. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop.
I like
Don't
that.
stop.
I like that. Hey, Chris, let me ask you, what would you tell Chris and Misa episode 400?
400, fuck.
You're talking to the future now.
You've come a long way. Misa's a very nice guy. His bandana is probably the most genuine thing about him. But for sure, like I would say, like appreciate what you've done. You know what I mean? Like I don't think we look back and like we don't really appreciate like all the hard work we put into it. But it's nice when other people point it out because then you're like, oh shit, like you know what I mean? So
You touch somebody.
yeah. So maybe like just like look back every once in a while and say like realize where you've come from. You know what I mean? Because it's not easy, and we could have stopped a long time ago. You know.
You know what? He's right. You know what I would say to Misa from episode 400 from
Yes,
now
sir.
is don't forget about me. Pretty much like saying like don't forget about where we were in episode 166.
I fucking love that.
Or where we were episode 16 or 13. You know what I mean? Because in some sense, like I still feel like we're still kind of like at the beginning of this. We've been doing this for 3 years, you know, and I still feel like there's still so much more
Yes,
that we could do and that we
definitely.
need to do, you know. So there's still so much more to
There's
come.
so many different avenues that you all can go to produce, like, as far as like promote it. I mean, and I know that the comics ourselves, whenever you go to a show, we call you out. Like, hey, dude, you all got to check them out. But I know for a fact that if you were to ever get on stage, or I mean, just push it out there. I mean, we're gonna try to push it for you guys. But I mean, seriously, your biggest fans, because you gave us an opportunity to show who we are. But not only that, you showing off El Paso on a different level. One thing I do love that you guys now have sponsorship. Let's talk about sponsors, dude. Well, give us a shout out to sponsors
thank you.
and how it all happened.
You know
how
what?
it all happened.
Shout out to you. Shout out to both of you for
Oh,
bringing
thank you
that
for having
question.
us, man.
Thank you for letting us do this.
And also, thank you for entrusting us, because this was something that this was an idea that you told me about months ago, right? This was like, man, like we interview people, but nobody wants to interview us. And I was
Right.
like, well, why don't you get just one of us to fucking do it?
And honestly, like, and I could trust Chris on this because, you know, like we think mostly the same about like the guests and people that we have. And from the beginning, since we had you guys, since because of Nico, shout out to Nico, man. You know,
Yeah, we love Nico.
We've become really good friends with. We've become really good friends with Ponchi, with Iggy, with Puga, with all these other great comedians, man. And this is what we do because we want to bring the best out of El Paso. And this is, you guys are actually why we do this. You know, we want to bring you guys.
Really
we want to get to know
appreciate
you guys.
this.
So having something like that, having you know. I forgot what I was.
No, we're talking about the sponsors, man. You guys.
So having so many people in and, you know, getting to know them. What people don't understand is, like, you know, doing this pod, it's mostly been, you know, me and Chris for the most part.
we have a team now and they've helped us out a lot.
What's
These sponsors have helped us out so much, from Sun City Vibes to now Chewy.
What's the process like trying to get a sponsorship? Like what's that like?
Well, first it's got to be like you have to like entrust this person with like. I mean, you're giving them name on your platform, but they also have to be someone that believes in you,
Yeah.
Because that's the only way they're going to be down to like, yeah, like I'm a graphic designer. I shoot videos. I make like promo videos and all these things. Like I charge people for that. I usually charge anybody who asks me $150 for this. So for them to be willing to put their work behind it and say, no, this is like for you guys and this is in exchange for us being a sponsor on your pod. It really has to come down to you guys have to be like aligned with the goals, because we approach them, right? And obviously a lot of these guys are still starting out too. So they don't have money. They don't have extra cash to just throw away. So it's like, look, let's be real. Let's level with one another. We're not making cash here, but we can trade services and we can both help each other grow. That's the idea behind it.
And not just that, but we also have to bring something to the table, right? So since the beginning, we've been trying to kind of like perfect, our interviews and stuff like that. So when we do come up and we meet somebody that could be a potential sponsor, we could go back and be like, hey man, you know what? Look, we've had 166 episodes. We've had this person here. We've had this person. We've been sort of successful. So what I'm trying to say is like, we will have to work hard on what we do. So when we do have these sponsors and the opportunities, there's something that we could offer them and be like, hey, we could offer you. Yeah, it's body of work.
The body of work. Because the truth is, you can go up to anybody and say, hey, I have a podcast. Let me show you who I've had.
Yeah.
Let me show you what we've done.
Yeah.
Listen to one of ours. Yeah. You're gonna see what I'm talking about.
You don't know how many times like I've met somebody and like we talk and then I bring up the pod and he's like, oh yeah, I know my friend, he has a podcast too. Oh, you know what, my prima, she's starting a podcast. She just started last week and blah blah blah. And
this.
Like podcasts. I mean, there's so many when people don't understand, and maybe even some already know too. There's so many podcasts. There's so many people trying to start a podcast.
I remember I used to do a joke on stage. It's like, dude, telling girls that I actually have a job would get me laid, but it's like the guys next to me saying he has a podcast got them more laid. Yeah. I was like, okay, what was that? 2015? I go, yeah.
It was mostly broke. Yeah. Every time I brought it up and like they'd be like, oh yeah, like my cousin's doing a podcast too. It made me feel like, well, your pod ain't shit because, I know somebody else that does have one. It's not all that great. So the best thing to do after that is like, oh, yeah, well, did your cousin have Ponchi, Herrera and Puga on their pod? Did they have Chile Pelon on your pod too? Like, no, they didn't.
But what I will say is I feel like you guys are ahead of the game. I mean, just look at the list of people you've had, and that's just not.
No, you are the premier El Paso podcast. Trust me. One of the questions,
go ahead.
Be honest. How many podcasts do you listen to?
Oh, I mean,
I know you listen to Eagles ones,
maybe like, 2 or 3, and you're one of them.
Hey.
The main one I listen to ain't from here.
Right. Yeah. That's how it is for a lot of people too, I would say.
And the thing is, you have a great team. Honestly, you've had Puga a couple of times. You've had me a couple of times. You've had Julian, Iggy.
I mean, we've had Iggy here. I think Iggy, out of like most of our guests, has been here the most. I mean, he fucking lives in the closet. This guy's out of an audience.
When he's out of house arrest, too.
Yeah.
And it kind of.
Or when he doesn't have a house to go to, he's
living rent free in your.
South Face, we know.
Mind or in your basement. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end up a little bit with a little bit here. I want to give a little bit of shout out to the whole team because you got a lot of different people that are supportive. Misa, I know it ain't just you. I know your wife is actually very supportive of what you do, giving you a little bit of time to come out here and do this. I know you're a family man. You got your kid.
Yeah.
And shout out to your wife. For
Hey, you heard it, baby. You heard it. You know what, man? It's fucking difficult, dude. It honestly, when you have, and Chris could tell you too, you know, he has his girl and
I'm getting there.
But it's to a point where, like, you know, when you find something, especially at our age, bro, we're in our 30s already. You know, it's not like we're
If Latty and
16,
Paler didn't start
15.
until 35. So.
Right, dude. I mean, if me and Chris would have, you know, thought about this back when we were in high school or in middle school, dude, it would have been a different story. But now we have full times, we have a life. So for, you know, it's been hard times. I'm not gonna say that my wife has never been mad at me for fucking coming to the pod. Yeah, dude, I've missed a lot, dude. But it's gotten to a point where, like I said at the beginning, it wasn't just like a little 1 month, 2 month thing, man. Me and Chris love what we do, and we want to do this as a living. You know, we don't care about how much we get paid, as long as, you know, we could survive off this. If we could do this every single day, you know, since we wake up and come over here, man, that's what I want to do, and that's what we want to do. And my wife has already got into a point where, like, she understands it. It took a lot of, you know, arguments and convincing and having to show, like, you have to show, you know, what you're talking about. You just can't be like, babe, I'm gonna be the best. We're gonna be the best fucking #1 podcast. Now, you know what, girl? Hey, look at what we have. Look at what we're doing. And she's already been on there. And yeah, man, it's hard, but it's we're working. And not just my wife, but I have kids, dude.
Well, and that's the thing. There's so many different people I want to give thanks to on your team, and obviously your wife and your kids are part of the team.
Yeah, for sure.
Chris, I know your girl's very supportive. I mean, dude, you have a studio in your house.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your girl.
Yeah, dude. I mean, she's always been super supportive, like, of anything I've done. I mean,
she was actually a producer or first producer.
Yeah, she was our first producer, one of our first guests. I mean, she was always, like, down to just, you know, kind of like fit in where she can. But the thing too is that, like, I've been with her for like 10 years. We've been married for about 2 now, but, like, she was with me, like, when I was doing my rapping shit, you know what I mean? And when I was doing my rapping shit, she'd be the one recording us while we were performing, you know? So she kind of always knew that I had like a creative side that I like to, like, kind of follow, you know? And so eventually when I started the podcast, it didn't take a lot of convincing for me to talk to her about it, because she was kind of just like, you know what? Like, fucking do your thing. And then honestly, when we moved over here, like, yeah, she's like, yeah, turn the master bedroom into a fucking studio. Like, dude, a lot of girls will not do that, dude. A lot of girls would not even share your shit.
That's my walk-in
But you know what made it possible? Like, in my situation, is the fact that I wasn't alone in this. It's not like I was the only one trying to make this pod happen. I had fucking Chris.
I really like that, because you are a great team. Because the truth is, once you make the investment, and I actually want to get to the investment, because the soundboard is part of your team.
Yeah, dude. That's our hardest working
guy right there,
employee right there, and she works for free too.
Dude, I'm not even
kidding
at the
moment.
I put here soundboard a couple of times, because the soundboard, if you ever listen to this podcast, the soundboard is a person on the team.
Yeah.
And so now you guys, you've had producers. You said your girl was a producer. You had a producer here the first time I was here.
Shout out Wes.
Yes,
shout out to
Wes,
man.
And then Joe, dude. Holy shit. Because even if you don't have a good story, Joe's going to come in with a good story. Shout out to Joe.
Yeah. Shout out to Joe.
Yeah. You know what I like about Joe? Joe is like that wild card. You know, like me and Joe, we you know, it's just like us. We met in middle school, and Joe, I actually I knew him longer and kept in contact more than Chris, right? So I always kind of knew the kind of character Joe is. And I've always been a very open guy, very cool guy. He'll if you fucking pop a beer open, dude, Joe will be there.
We popped a bunch of them, and he wasn't here.
But a shout out to Joe, dude. You know what I love about Joe is, like, Joe is kind of like our punching bag at some points. But Joe understands that, and Joe is the toughest punching bag, and he punches back sometimes. And shout out to Joe, man. He sticks around.
Puro corazón, and funny as fuck.
He's the one with the jerseys, right? Is that him?
No, that's true.
No,
That's the other brown guy.
Yeah.
The other brown guy.
Guy on the squad.
We've been having a great time, having a good time. We've talked a lot. We don't want to get this
we're
too
at
far.
52 minutes, man. It went by
Second
quick.
half, 52 minutes. Jesus.
Yeah, we're almost
Hey, so we want final thoughts, and I want to actually go around the table, and I'm going to let Iggy say some stuff. Yeah. If Iggy could come actually to the microphone.
Come on, Iggy, get out of here. Get on this.
Get on mine.
Be careful walking out, Ponchi. Don't fucking hit the camera or anything.
Yeah.
Hey.
I thought I was going to get this on your lap, way.
Yeah. Santa Claus it, dude. I was down for that. You can even unplug the HDMI.
First of all, shout out to our producer today, Iggy Samaniego,
Hey,
guys.
that's what he looks like, guys. And you guys already know because he's been on our pod most.
We picked him up from the bus from the Honduran camp that they got downtown.
I look like Joe Mimo if Joe Mimo was a man.
You hear that, Joe?
I think that's perfect.
No, but Iggy's one of my favorite comics here in town,
That
and I
shit is
love working
hilarious,
with him.
Speaking of comics, real quick before we end this, Iggy, do you have anything coming up soon, or is there something that we could look forward to, or something that you go weekly that somebody could come and look at you at?
You know what? I'm trying to level up, man, and I kind of hinted at it last time where I want to do the Paso Comedy Hall of Fame. Not because I think we're badass. I don't want to be on it, but there's 2 cats that should be on it, and I'm working on that diligently, man.
Yeah, okay.
I should be producing shows. I should do open mics, but you know what, man? I'm trying to drink.
Producer,
less.
bro. Hey, dude, you need to start running this whole comic shit around here, man.
What
There's a lot of people that.
is this?
Picasso,
Dude,
look at
thank
him.
you. Thank you. This is what fucking Ponchi's been going off of the notes all fucking pod. It's absolutely hilarious. It's really showing his age here.
But you know what's funny is he didn't just cross them all. He crossed like all the evidence.
yeah,
Look,
yeah.
you
He
can't
doesn't want
see
us to
what's
read
on
that
there.
shit. Yeah. Fucking
What about you, Puga? Where can people go see you do your stand up and stuff?
Can I?
Go ahead. Go
yeah, go ahead,
Finish
go
off. Finish off, Iggy.
Can I give you guys
Go ahead.
a compliment? Because last time we were on, and I told you guys, man, you guys remember that shit?
You guys make El Paso square.
words.
Yeah.
And you do, bro. But I mean, you guys really do. You ring this motherfucker out, man. You get Johnny Cash, you get Tysher, you get all these cats.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash has been dead for like 20 years.
So I don't know if you guys are the most popular podcast or longest running podcast in El Paso, but you're definitely fucking one of the best, man. You
Hey,
guys
to
are,
hear
man,
that
consistent.
from you, Iggy, man, somebody that's been around and done what you've done, dude.
Bro,
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, brother.
You know, and I've been on 3 times, I think. But even when I'm not on the podcast, I hang out in that closet. I'm gonna show you guys the
Yeah,
closet.
yeah.
I hang out.
He's got a futon back there.
Punch back. Punch
He's got a futon.
Thank you, Iggy. Shout
Thank
out
you,
to
Iggy.
brother.
Yeah.
Love you fuckers, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
By the way, I've had so much fun
demo
with this
time.
soundboard.
Puga's like, I really like it. Good piece of equipment there.
All right, Puga, can you tell us where? Can you tell the people listening and watching where they could see you do some performances or what's coming up next for you?
Okay, well, this past Friday I was in Albuquerque again with Luz Pazos and Jerry Garcia. That was such a fun show. Shout out to Albuquerque, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, Albuquerque is one of the dopest cities in America.
Shout out.
That nobody talks about enough, and I love doing comedy up there. It's one of my favorite places. But hopefully soon I'm at the comic strip. I know it's been a little tricky with the football schedule. I know Chris can understand
Yes, sir.
with what I'm saying right now. but no, if I'm not at a local bar or doing a bar show, I'm at the comic strip. So guys, I'll post my shows up. Like I said, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Puga20 PUGA20. And I'll be posting my shows there, man. So guys, come out, come have fun. Ponchi's gonna be there maybe, and we love just making people laugh. So come
yeah.
hang out, and it's a fun time.
And this guy is a perfect guy to fucking make you laugh with them fucking jokes, dude.
Dude, I swear to God, Stephen Puga will get you. Like, the thing about comedy is about misdirection. Yeah, my alarm. Misdirection. This fucker gets misdirection crazy, dude. Because I really thought he wanted to suck my dick, but he didn't.
Not no more.
He's misdirection fucking personified. Hey, guys, I'm going to give you my last thoughts before I go up and give it to our honored guest here. When I said the word honored, and it's going to sound weird to say it again, but, dude, I am so honored that you gave me a chance to actually host this. I really love that we got to peel a little bit of the layers and try to find out who you guys are. You guys are amazing at what you do, and we never really knew a lot about you. As far as today, I learned a lot about you. I know for a fact that I am always going to listen to this. Always. Unless you have maybe like Chuck the Broder again. No, I'm kidding. Kidding.
Or Iggy, whatever.
Nah, fucking I always listen when
South
Iggy, 'cause Iggy's always going to give me props. Anyway, so thanks again, dude. Everybody that's listening right now, we're all going to share this. We're all going to post this. It's seriously, not only just give it a like, share it, subscribe, and then put a comment, man. These guys are amazing, dude. This is amazing.
It's all about the algorithm.
And we'll answer, dude. We always try hard to always
I
comment
definitely answer all the comments.
And there's one little caveat that I did want to say. If you know somebody and that you got that contact that is that guy, or that girl, if that's him or her,
Or both.
let us know. I guarantee you that these guys, I mean, if it's somebody that needs to be, represented, these guys are going to make it happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give it up to our honored guest. We're going to start with Misa.
Hey,
Final thoughts.
First of all, it's always kind of weird and crazy being on the guest spot. We've been to 2 other podcasts that invited us. The first one was only about us for like 5 minutes, and then we started talking about like NFTs and shit like that. So I can't really say that they really interviewed us, but it was cool being there. Shout out to them. We got interviewed by a good friend Rob D, man. This guy was the first guy that actually interviewed us. He asked us questions like this of how we met and how we started doing this, and it kind of put it in a perspective of like how maybe some of these guests feel when they're being interviewed by us. So just having somebody, especially you guys, especially Puga and you 3 right here, man. You guys comedians, you guys have been here the most. You guys are the closest comedians friends that we have. And this was such a good idea. I appreciate it. Thank you, Puga. Thank you, Ponchi.
Thank you, man.
Everybody listening, thank you guys. Thank you so much for following. And this is why we do it. We do it, because of them. And if they agree that this is good, man, share it with your grandma and your grandpa because they might know Ponchi.
Your gramps.
Yeah.
Or
but thank you guys.
Ponchi.
Hey, I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it, guys.
That was very nicely said, Misa. I'm proud
Thanks,
of you.
I like
Thank
it.
Thank you, man. It's just I feel so appreciative when actually other people want
know more about you and shit.
No, not just that, but also want to have us interviewed or be part of their thing. Like,
dude, we've been thinking about this for
a while,
months,
dude.
dude.
Before the World Cup.
Yeah. So real quick, actually, before I forget, guys, I don't know if you guys have seen in the past few episodes these turblers that we have up here. I'm not gonna show them off too much. Ponchi's holding them, so whatever you guys are seeing, I told you guys 2023 is gonna be a huge year for this. So that being said, there's gonna be some merch coming out, guys. Some merch coming out. Be ready. I don't know if you guys have kept an eye on what we have out here, but soon enough, you guys will see that we're gonna have some merch out for sale, and you guys could.
Oh yeah.
Because
these are great. These are pretty. You
buy some of these turblers and enjoy a drink while you're listening to our podcast.
You can sip your grandpa's cough medicine out of this.
Hell yeah. You can sip more than that, that's for sure.
You guys could drink that celebratory beer or whatever. But thank you again, guys. Appreciate it. This was fun, man. You guys are always welcome back.
But no, just real quickly, guys, I'm so proud of what you guys have been doing. The sky's the limit, man. Again, we talked about levels earlier. There's no levels to this shit.
Yeah.
Aim for the motherfucking stars.
We make the level for sure. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm proud of you guys, and thank you for entrusting us again.
Hey,
for having us.
Yeah.
So
if it was Nico and Otis, nah, fuck that, dude.
Cool.
Hey, so the first voice you've ever heard on this podcast is the one I want to hear from now. Ladies and gentlemen.
Close it out, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Close it out.
Well, yeah, for sure. Thank you guys for being here. Iggy, for sure. Thank you. Puga, Ponchi, Misa, good shit again. Thank you all. I mean, you guys know how hard it is to kind of get these shits together. I mean, there's moving parts for everyone. Getting the scheduling done is always the hardest part of the podcast, to be honest with you, is the goddamn scheduling. But thank you all for being here.
We scheduled this shit 3 fucking times.
We scheduled this shit 3 times.
I got to a point where I told Chris.
3 that you know of.
Yeah, I told Chris, dude. I got to a point where I told Chris, I was like, look, dude, this is Ponchi and Puga. These are good friends, so I'm okay with you telling them that I said to fucking be serious about a fucking date, because you guys had rescheduled once or twice before I had rescheduled.
Zero idea what you're talking about.
Anyways, but thank you guys.
But yeah, so fucking shout out to everyone that supports us. You guys have been really cool about always sliding through, always being down to be part of our little pod community here, and introducing us to all the friends you guys have is also a big thing for us. That's what helps grow the pod. That's what helps grow our network. So without you guys, I mean, we wouldn't probably be as far as we are right now.
Iggy has been living in that closet for a while, and he finally helped us get a guest on the pod.
So
shout out to Iggy.
So weird that he's out of the closet.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I mean,
not fully out. Look.
Like Misa said, fucking, you guys are our biggest motivation to keep doing this shit.
For sure.
And everyone that listens, we really do appreciate it. Everyone that subscribes. And yeah, man, I mean, like, we entrusted you guys because we know who you are. We know your character. We know that you guys wouldn't do anything stupid or anything that we wouldn't be on board with. So it's an easy decision when we're like genuinely friends. You know what I'm saying?
We could do it again anytime you guys want.
So,
man,
let's
for
do
sure.
it.
But
Next week.
Thank you guys. Episode 166. Conversing with Chris and Misa, the motherfucking podcast. We are.
Laters, guys.
Oh!
Told my nigga roll a blunt, I don't know where the road at. My license expired, but the police don't know that. Middle fingers up, cause we got the whole world, man. Never gave a fuck, cause they said that we won't last. Tryna live life like a rock star, baby. Tryna drift off in a sports car, maybe. If I do the dash, hope I don't crash, baby.